Fire it up, Mike says. Mike says fire it up.
Do it now.
Do it now. They can hear us, but they can't see us yet.
Hear me now, believe me later.
Oh, boy. So we got one guy from California in the chat saying it's way late, and another guy saying it's not late at all.
Yeah.
I don't know what the... I don't... Those
What
California
does Craig say,
guys.
WJ6F?
I don't know what Craig says. It's a good point. Let's turn that there. And there we are. Hello, good evening to all. It is 10 p.m. in Texas.
Yeah, buddy.
And for the rest of you, it's whatever time where you are. But what's going on?
Section of the world.
Right,
10
yeah.
o'clock.
Yeah, the Midwest, 10 o'clock in the Midwest. What's going on, Mike? How are you today?
Oh man, I'm beat. Absolutely beat.
You look a little bit like a lobster. Why is that?
A little bit. The Texas sun has been good to me. Oops, Texas, we got a drink.
Oh yeah, there you go. Oh, you know what? I've got my I owe IKO4 a drink. I've got my pickle beer again.
Oh God.
So I got to get rid of this stuff somehow.
Yeah, it's called pour it in the lawn.
I don't know. Josh wants me to save him one, so I'll probably just I don't know. I might save
bring
him
one to Huntsville.
I just might bring him one to Huntsville and say, "Here you go.
Yeah.
Help you chug this, buddy."
Oof.
So
That's rough. So
I got Matt's Belgian triple over here, which is giving me a lot of foam on the top. I've had it in the fridge for like 2 or 3 weeks. So I don't know why it's so much head on it, but
yeah, they could if they're bottle conditioned, they're gonna do that.
Yeah, it's the last one I had didn't do that. The last Belgian triple I had didn't do that. So, but we'll see.
Kevin, Heli Jeep World. If I were to take off my shirt right now, and you can kind of see there, little bit of a redneck going on. The camera doesn't even do it justice.
Right. This IKO4, this one's for you.
Cheers. So yeah, so I woke up this morning.
All right, I'm good. Go ahead, Mike.
I woke up a little before 8 o'clock this morning, and I've been aside from I don't know if I'm supposed to say this. I don't think it's a secret, but
okay.
I have been asked by the ARRL to do a series for their learning library, something like that, on getting started in parks on the air. Okay.
So, I've talked to them about some stuff just kind of off and on. We've never really hammered anything down, but that's great. I think that's I think that'd be great. A great one for you to do. So
it is. So I just filmed. I've got 2 of them done already. I'm gonna do. I was planning on doing 4, but it might turn into 5.
Okay.
So today I was filming the antenna portion. So I took a whole bunch of antennas out to the park. I went to Lake Livingston State Park today, which is Kilo 3028. It's about an hour east of me. And beautiful park. And
it looks like it.
I set up 4 different antennas and talked about different coax lengths and
you should see
antennas,
Mike,
verticals and wires and stuff. What's that?
You should see what YouTube is seeing now.
I do.
Okay.
Well, not in the Zoom, but I see it on YouTube.
Well, in the Zoom, you should
on
see
your
it.
side of it, yeah.
On my side of it, yeah. So I'm sharing your picture now. That's why I told you that.
Yeah, it was absolutely beautiful. That picture doesn't even describe how big that lake is. It's ginormous. I'm at like the very end of the lake.
Yeah.
But an absolutely beautiful day, and I am so glad I got that canopy from the what's it called? Academy.
That's that same one you brought to field day.
Yeah,
right?
It's got a big cannon on it that says "Come and take it."
yeah.
Because it was just, I mean, there were no trees out there where I was. I mean, there's a bunch of trees across from where I was, but I want to always be on the water. I'm a water baby.
Oh yeah, I hear you.
So I brought out a bunch of antennas, and I was discussing, different why we would bring different antennas and showing how to set them up and why we would use different types or lengths of coax. And I got there probably around 10, maybe got everything set up about 10:30 and started filming, got done at about 3:30 with filming for that video. And just, I mean, I'm under the tent sometimes, but I'm out in the grass setting up antennas. And everything takes 5 times as long when I'm really trying to do a good job for the ARRL, not like my
Right.
regular
Right.
videos where I'm just goofing off and it's like, who cares if I screw something up, you know?
Right.
So I'm trying
Yeah,
to
everybody,
be.
people are actually going to watch ARRL videos, right? Is that what you're saying?
I hope so.
I hope so.
I don't even know anything about it. They just contacted me and I was like, okay.
Mm,
So uh just being out in the sun all day,
all day.
and
Sheesh.
and I would do one take and then I'd
Mhm.
go move the camera, kind of zoom in and get a different
Mhm.
angle, and so um and all of that is hopefully going to be condensed down into about 15 minutes, um
Cool.
which shouldn't be a problem. My POTA activations are sometimes hours long. I mean, look at
Oh yeah.
the last weekend I had.
I
I don't
know.
even know how many hours of footage to go through, and I think I got it down to under 20 minutes, maybe. So
Yeah, my video from last weekend is posting Tuesday. And same
sweet.
thing. Yeah, I had like 90 minutes and I got it done. Well, I probably had closer to 2 hours and I got it down to like 20 minutes, something like that.
Yeah,
So a lot of the stuff, like the one where you're telling Dawn to ham harder, that was in Shane's video. That
yeah.
was in your video. So I had to put it in my video.
It has to be. I mean, that was the highlight of the whole
So
day.
yeah. I
Everyone
do want
started
to
cracking up.
I do want to pause for a second. My wife was in the chat a minute ago. She posted up
Oh,
there a second ago. She took and passed her general exam last night. So
yes, I heard.
she's now a
Congratulations.
general.
That's
So
awesome.
Kilo Golf 5 Alpha Echo Echo. So I'm going to take her out. We're going to do a POTA activation together. I'm going to
Nice.
get her to register an account on parksintheair.com, which she hadn't done that yet, and get her registered up there and
Well,
get her
Emily,
to
you
call
can watch my channel. I have a video on how to get started in Parks on the Air because Jason's still kind of a newbie.
Yeah.
You should give her that DX Commander antenna. She'd probably set that up pretty quick.
Yeah.
Could have her own antenna.
Yeah, right.
That'd be
She could
great.
set it up if I had built it. She has no desire to build an antenna, I could tell you right now.
Well, that's because she hasn't
So,
built an antenna yet.
well, that could be. That could be. Yeah, the
Antennas are pretty
guys at
awesome.
the guys at the testing facility last night. So they said, "Oh, so you're gonna go buy a radio?" And I was like, "I might have an extra one of those two laying around." And she's like, "We don't need any more radios."
Yes, you do. You
I
need
know
one
it.
more.
You need one more. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's awesome. Congratulations, Emily.
Yeah, that was fun. That was fun to
So,
fun
and
to
thank
do.
you for
So
everyone on the congratulations. Yeah, that's really an honor to be asked by the ARRL.
yeah,
Just a goofball like me,
yeah.
to do something for, like I'm
Mm.
trying to not screw these videos up, and
Hmm.
I'm being like, picture like I'm trying to be more. I will never be as good as him, but I'm trying to be more like Dave Kassler in how he
Hmm.
presents his videos and things, and I'm just
Right,
very trying to be a little more formal and welcome to the Getting Started in Parks on the Air series,
right.
blah blah blah. So it's pretty neat. It's a fun project. So that's kept me very very busy all week. I mean, I basically, so Monday was basically my first day as a professional YouTuber, and all I'm setting my alarm for 8 o'clock. I'm starting filming by about 9,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
just going all day. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
the other day I was working until like 10 at night on the
Mm-hmm.
last uh, video that I did for the ARL, the last series. So
How many's going to
episode
be
or
in the series?
chapter. Well, so they were asking for like 3 or 4,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm kind of thinking. So I've done like how to sign up. That was a whole video,
Mm-hmm.
and then I talked about different kinds of radios and batteries. In the other
Uh-huh.
one, some of the more common like QRP radios, QRO radios, different kinds of batteries that we use, lithium iron phosphate versus the sealed lead acids and the features and benefits of each of those.
Mm-hmm.
And then today I filmed the antennas part. Um, and then I was planning on just doing another one for logging, but I don't know if I can. But I want to incorporate I might want to incorporate actually like operating and how do you operate and etiquette and that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, so I'm not sure. I might be able to make that into its own video. with both of those topics.
I've started to get, I started last year. I started this effort to create videos for brand new people because we had kind of a okay. So I recorded a video a couple months ago that says is ham radio dying, and I showed statistics that shows that the numbers have actually been going up since about 2006. Okay, however, having said that, we did get a shot in the arm last year because of COVID. Everyone was stuck at home. People had time to study and that kind of thing. So I started getting a lot of new questions about, how you do this, how you do this. And so I started a playlist on my channel called the New Ham Workshop, and I've put in fact, I've got a video in there that says, what is POTA? Now, I don't do any any operating or in-depth detail, but I just explain Parks on the Air is this event that, or this effort that was born out of the National Parks on the Air 2016, I think, ARRL year-long event. And blah, blah, blah. And I kind of go through that. It's a very high level. This is what it is. Now go learn more about it over here. But I had someone come by the channel the other day, and this is how, I forget that some of the stuff I know just because not because I'm extra smart or something, just because I've been around for a while. I've had a ham license for 27 years. Some of the stuff I know, I just don't think about. So I had someone come by the channel the other day and said, well, how do you call... He was asking how to call CQ. He didn't word it that way. But he was like, how do you know which band to get on? How do you find an open frequency? How do you know the frequency's not in use? How do you know that the Parks in the Air people are going to know where to look for you? And I'm like, that's a very basic question that I wouldn't have ever thought about, but it's a really good question. It's a very good question to answer on a new video. So
and for
I jotted down some
who,
notes.
Who may not watch YouTube, because unfortunately not everyone does.
Right.
There's I mean, you'll read about Parks in the Air on I think the either QST or the other one. What's the beginners one?
QRX.
No, the other ARRL magazine for the newer.
It's the brand new one. Yeah, I think it's just called. Well,
it's escaping. I'm literally reading it. Right now.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I know what
on
you're
the
talking
air.
about.
On the air.
On the air.
So they've talked about Parks on the Air
in
On the Air magazine.
Yeah.
I was fortunate enough to.
This is for Travis.
Ham Radio for Dummies. That's probably I read something like that when I got my technician.
This is Ward Silver. This is actually a very good book.
Oh wow!
It's actually I haven't read through the whole thing, but I read through a bunch of it.
That's a lot.
It's actually a very good book. So Ham Radio for Dummies, Travis.
We got a couple super chats. We should.
Yeah, I saw that. So Patrick Grundle, 15 pounds or Canadian dollars, I think that is.
Oh man, I got excited when you said pounds. That'd have been like $100.
That's VE7. He's Canadian.
Another one.
Here's pickle beer to you, Patrick.
There was another one. Somebody put in $5, but I'm not seeing it anymore. So you need to drink again.
Oh.
It began with an I.
Oh yeah, that was IK04. I got him already.
Yeah, okay.
That was very beginning. Patrick says, "Greeting guys from British Columbia. Thank you for all the amazing content." I assume he's talking to you about amazing content, Mike.
So. I was thinking the exact opposite. Thank you, Patrick.
Thank you,
neighbors
Patrick.
To the north.
Mm-hmm.
It's always nice to work someone in British Columbia too, because that's a good distance.
Agreed.
Agreed. Distance. Especially like being in Michigan, I would get Toronto and or Ontario, and into like. Where's the Trailer Park Boys guys from?
Jersey?
I forget. No, they're Canadian.
Oh no, I don't know.
Like East, not Newfoundland, but somewhere around. They're not Newfies.
Oh.
And Go Stompin' Tom Connors for all my Canadian friends.
Oh, there's Anime with a $10 super chat. Gosh,
Thank you, Anime.
Thank you very much, Anime. Now I got to drink this stuff again.
What were we talking about?
Oh my gosh, Parks on the Air, of course.
So I got to thinking, and I saw Josh agreed that it would be a good idea to have an operating, because if you're someone who is just casually an operator that's never done portable, or never done Parks on the Air portable anyways, maybe you're just working from home. The first year or so that I was a general, I was chasing DX into Europe. Like I was on 20
Yeah.
meters, and that was my band. Like
Mm-hmm.
I want to see how far out I can get.
Mm-hmm.
But fortunately, I just right place at the right time. One of the guys in my club, Mike W8MSC in Michigan, he's one of the he's on the computer side of the Parks on the Air program. Like he's one of the admins, programmers. Yeah,
one of the
something like that.
developers.
Nova Scotia. Thank you, Dan.
Yeah, Nova Scotia.
Halifax, Nova Scotia. Yes.
Nova Scotia.
So this was still when Parks on the Air was when it was in its infancy, and I did my first Parks on the Air video. And
Yeah.
I don't know if there were any Parks on the Air videos before I posted that. So I had his Elmering, and there's not a lot of person-to-person Elmering that I'm aware of. I mean, you read about it all the time, but that I feel that's kind of a thing of the past.
Right.
So these learning libraries, or I don't know if that's what they're technically called, but these learning courses through the ARRL that probably will be. I'll see if I can get it into one, because I don't know. I could probably talk for 10 or 15 minutes about logging software, but it'd be nice to just incorporate how to operate.
Yeah.
How to operate and how to log at the same time, with basically just how to call CQ. We're just looking for signal reports. I mean, signal reports don't even really matter. It's just getting the call sign, and that's about all that matters.
I was surprised by how many people were wanting a signal report at the event last weekend. Not that that's a bad thing. I was just like, they're like, "What's my signal? And I'm like, "Well, you're 5'7".
You got a drink, Jason?
Oh yeah, so I do. So
thank you, Ed.
You made me think of something a second ago. Logging software. So let's face it. What's the main question you get asked all the time in your POTA videos?
What logging software am I using?
Right.
Every time.
So, all joking aside, that's a legitimate question that people are asking. And most of the people asking it have not gone back and watched the previous videos, which is obvious because it's not like you haven't said it 17 times.
I try and make it a point to say it in every video now.
Right.
I did it today.
Yeah.
Just because, because hammers exist now too.
Hammers exist.
And I really want to push
and I don't know
software, even though it wasn't working properly for me today. That's okay.
So
what was going on?
So
how do I balance my POTA time with the Christopher Walken practice session? Keith, I've got a lot more time on my hands now, so I do need to brush up on my Walken impression. I think it's going a little south. But
okay, so Kyle Zering, he is a channel member, so thank you for the support, Kyle. He's been in the chat last 2 or 3 streams. You guys should activate Montesano State Park when in Huntsville. Beat our field day total of 388 POTA contacts. Now, let me tell you something.
That should be pretty easy.
That's a good number, but that shouldn't be hard to beat. I sat in my truck with a ham stick on my truck and an IC7300 sitting on my center console when I went to Montesano in April. And I sat there for, I don't know, a little bit over now, maybe an hour and 10, 15 minutes, something like that. And I made 90 contacts. And just boom, 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 boom. Yep. Right. Not less than 90 minutes, I made 90 contacts. So 388 contacts should not be a problem. You're on the side of that mountain looking down over the valley. It's beautiful. And I spotted myself because that's what I do. But
no, 388 should be pretty easy. I did
388 should be
before I moved down here. I went to now the name of the park is escaping me, but I was like a little under 300 away from getting my kilo at this park.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, I'll go out today and, maybe get like 100, 150 in the log and try and whittle away at that. But the contacts never stopped coming. So I was out there for 3.5, 4 hours. I think it was for about 4 hours total.
Yeah.
And I got a couple dupes. Actually what I logged was like 290 some odd contacts in that time. So had I been out for another couple hours.
Oh, yeah.
But I went through about 15 amp hours of battery, so I would have ran out of battery. But
did you not have your panel with you?
No, we don't see the sun a lot in Michigan, so solar panels.
Solar panels. Well, welcome to
They
Texas,
look
son.
cool.
You can use them down here.
Yeah.
We definitely have sun out here. Kyle responded to my comment about 388. He goes, "Well, there was so much drinking that evening. A fair substitute for POTA. A fair substitute for
You gotta ham harder, buddy.
You got to hand harder,
Gotta
though. I
ham
mean, you
harder.
really did.
That's all I can tell you.
It's not like we were choir boys at the event last weekend when the officer
No.
came around and told us to put away the beer.
Yeah, but we weren't. I mean, we were just
No.
casually drinking.
No, we were just
nobody was hammered drunk.
No, not at all. Not at all. It was too hot and we were drinking too much water along with the beer to be really schnockered.
Probably having about a beer an hour, maybe, if that.
Something like that. Yeah, so, it wasn't really that much.
Because I was planning on driving home, and then you were kind enough to have me stay at your house. So.
Right. Yeah, totally.
That was good. That would have
been
a really long day.
Yes, agreed. Well, I think you're onto something with this Lake Livingston thing for a next event at some point. That's just a beautiful spot. You said they did have pavilions there or not?
Not really. I drove around the park a little bit before I left.
Okay.
And I drove towards the shelter area and drove around that, and they were all just like closed in cabins. I didn't see like any gazebos like we had last weekend.
Okay.
Which is what would be ideal, just because it's open and you get the breeze and all. Hopefully you get a breeze. But Huntsville State Park doesn't have it. Livingston State Park doesn't have those things. So this would be a beautiful place to set up, but we'd need to bring a lot of those canopies.
Well, see, and we can do that. I've got 2 of them I can bring. And I think Noel's got 2 of them, and we could do that. That wouldn't be a problem. Honestly, that canopy like we had last weekend at Ray Roberts, that was unusual. I don't see that very often. Galveston Island has a couple of smaller places like that. They have like covered picnic tables where the canopy just basically covers one picnic table.
Yeah.
Now, after they rebuild the beach side, which should be done in like another year or so, I'm told they should have more places like that along the beach side there. But you can
just
get
about every park in Michigan that I went to had at least 1 or 2 enclosures that had quite a few picnic tables. So the problem with Lake Livingston, so this picture here, there are picnic tables out there, but they're all chained down. So, and there was another picnic table maybe 50 yards away, but you can't bring them together. So we'd have to bring tables and stuff. I mean, it'd be a lot of, it'd be a logistical nightmare. I mean, just everything that we had at last weekend's event, just taking that. I mean, maybe don't use the hex beam because that takes forever to set up and take down.
Right.
But, we can use the DX Commander or something.
Just depends on how long we stay there. I'll set up the hex beam if we do like a weekend thing.
There are so basically where I took this picture was pretty much in the road. It was a couple feet off the road, and behind me is kind of this wooded area with a bunch of picnic tables in it. So while we still wouldn't have a bunch of picnic tables as close as we did at Ray Romano State Park, or where I cannot remember the name of
Ray Romano, Ray Roberts, Ray Romano State Park. That would be pretty cool if we had that.
So, and the same thing. So really Huntsville, as much as I don't like Huntsville State Park as much as a lot of other parks that I've been to, because they have, and it's probably in the fall, there's probably going to be a lot of mosquitoes out too. I would suppose.
Yeah, that's possible.
So they have these screened in. They're basically like these rental things, like where you would
screened in porch or something, but
but they're pretty big. I mean, they're probably they're at least as big as this room. The room I'm in right now is like 16 feet by probably about 15 feet. It's a pretty big room.
Okay.
So they're at least that big, and they're screened in, and then there's picnic tables and stuff around. So that would probably still be the better place. I've not been to Sam Houston National Forest yet, so I don't know if there's anywhere like that. But Shane and I are kinda, and I don't know if he's talking to you about it too, about the fall Support Your Parks weekend, but we're thinking about doing it down here.
Yeah. Well, we should all coordinate so that I can, because I've been saying I want to do another one anyway, and then you guys want to do your POTA face-off thing.
That's a
And
whole other thing.
yeah, so I don't know if y'all want to do that on that weekend or some other time, but they were talking about that in the Discord earlier, and I was like, well, y'all let me know when you do that because I'll just come and film it.
Yeah. So the only and Shane and I were texting about that earlier. The only issue the only issue that I see with that is that Lake Livingston is an hour from me.
Mm-hmm.
Sam Houston or Huntsville State Park rather is I can get there in like 10 minutes, like door to door.
Right.
So it'd be an hour and 10-minute drive, hour and 15-minute drive.
Yeah.
So if we did it as early as we did last weekend, that would mean that Shane and I would have to get on the air at like 7 in the morning, which would mean we'd have to be there at like 6:30ish, get set up. Which would mean I would have to leave my house at 5:30.
Are you going to try to do an all-day thing? Is that what you want to do?
Well, he was thinking because we're all going to be down here, that he would go. One of us would go to Lake Livingston, the other would go to Sam Houston National Forest. And then like you would be with one of us, and Frank would be with another one of us as our camera guys and live stream it.
Yeah.
I don't know how that would work.
That's going to totally depend on
feeds in together.
So,
but he's like, we could hit the Huntsville repeater and say go.
Yeah.
I don't know if we'd be able to hit the Huntsville repeater from there. We'd have to have an antenna pretty high up. Because that's still, I don't know where the Huntsville repeater is. I don't even really know where I am in Huntsville, and I live here. So I can't hit the Huntsville repeater very well with an HT outside of my house from my location. So I don't think it's that close to me. Repeater book says it's like a mile away from me, but my neighbor says that's just the address of where it's listed. That's not actually where it is. So,
well,
I have no idea.
Yeah, sometimes they don't like to give exact locations for repeaters. I don't blame him on that.
Yeah.
So Vern's in the chat, the guy who brought all the beer last weekend.
Hey, Vern.
He says that Temple State Park, which is about 10 minutes from Belton, which is that Swap Fest, Ham Fest I want to do in October that I was talking about last weekend. He says has almost the same setup as Ray Roberts.
Vern's just saying that because he probably lives pretty close to that.
I think he does. Yeah.
I think he does too. I just talked to him on the phone earlier. He's going POTA tomorrow. So
nice.
I wonder if that's where he's going.
So I wonder if we should make a Temple. I wonder if we should stay at the Temple State Park that weekend that we're in Belton, that weekend of Belton. And if it's only 10 minutes away, then we can just hop in the car and drive out to Belton and hang out in the parking lot with everybody and kind of chat and whatnot. Because generally I park my trailer in the parking lot. People bring trailers to the parking lot and they set up overnight with generators and, kind of off-grid power type stuff. But if the state park is that close, or we could just head out to the state park on Saturday afternoon after the show. The show is supposed to go to like 2. Usually it dies around noon.
Is that the same weekend?
No, this is not a special POTA weekend. This is just something to do that weekend since we'll be down there anyway.
Yeah.
So no, it's not the same weekend. Actually, I think it's the weekend.
I'll probably have time to do that. So
yeah. Well, we'll talk about that. I'll keep you posted on that.
Yeah.
Belton is a fantastic show if the weather is nice. If it's all thunderstorming and whatnot, it's people don't show up for it because all day Friday's the unofficial show. People show up in the parking lot. They set up tailgates in their vehicles. It's a swap fest. One guy brings a trailer smoker out there. They smoke meat all day long. It's just a big party, is what it is.
There you go. Vern's got 5 hookups at whatever a Circle 6 is. So
I'm not sure. Yeah, but Belton isn't. So I'm fingers crossed for nice weather this first weekend of October for the Belton Ham Expo, and we're gonna do something for that weekend. Maybe we'll go do the Ham Fest Friday and Saturday, and then Saturday we'll pack up the trailer and head out to Temple State Park and spend the night there, and activate that night and do a late shift that night and activate the next day on Sunday and go home on Sunday or something.
I've not done a late shift yet, have I? No, I probably have.
We did a late shift
with my club. I probably have.
Yeah, we did a late shift with We4DX when we were in Outer Banks.
Yeah,
and that was fun. That was fun.
Oh, nice. Ham Radio for non-techies has his go box, dude. Email me some pictures or hit me up on Twitter at K8MRD.
Yeah,
I feel he's been emailing me about that.
I
get a lot of emails.
Yeah, I do too. So, all right, I'm gonna bring in Frank and Shane.
Oh,
they are both. Oh.
I passed a liquor store on the way back from this park that said Frank's Liquor.
Oh my gosh. It's too bad it wasn't a barbecue.
It was closed down though. It was like it gets really
desolate.
Yeah, that'd be a better word than I was going to use as you get out of the city of Huntsville.
Right. Yeah. The city of Huntsville. So okay. All right. Let's do this and this.
KV5P. I'll have to look that up. I just drove through Cold Springs. I don't know. I might be able to hit that.
Welcome to Frank's Liquor, where I drank it all and I barely shared any, and that's what kind of happened.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Thank you. Come again.
Thank you. Come again. Oh goodness. So I'm gonna do mine this way, and it's probably gonna be my audio is probably not gonna sync up to my video by doing it this way on me. For the rest of you guys, it'll be fine.
No, you're definitely off here.
But yeah.
As long as your audio.
Shane,
that's
no
just
awesome intro. What's up,
that's
buddy?
That's just the way that the Zoom and the Streamlabs don't sync up audio wise, but that's just kind of how it is.
Nobody can match Tank. Yeah. I mean, why?
No,
I mean,
that's true.
Especially when it's Tank's Liquor.
Yeah, I mean, Frank's got enough intro for everybody.
We got, we had. We had every type of liquor you could think of. We had the good whiskeys. We had the bad whiskeys. I sold the bad whiskeys. I kept the good whiskeys.
Oh my God, I drank the wrong beer. Oh.
Hey, Jason, why don't you have some more of that pickle beer?
Hey,
I just did. Thank you.
Jason, cheers.
Yeah, cheers, buddy.
This is my homebrewed Kolsch. And look how clear that is.
Yeah, look at that.
Pretty.
That looks good.
You didn't tell me. I would have swung by. I was kind of in that area.
Oh, that's really good.
I was just at happenstance this afternoon or this evening.
Now that you guys are here, I'm gonna go get another beer.
Mike needs a stream break.
Pull the curtain back here.
Ooh, get to see behind the curtain.
Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
Right. Yeah.
Hey, you're exposing my home. I live behind the curtain.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. So, whoo,
Lordy, I'm
so
glowing
what's going
over
on
here.
What's going on, you two? How are y'all doing tonight?
I'm doing all right. What's up with the stream, man? It was late night popping up.
All right.
It's a late shift.
So we I was going to talk about that at the beginning.
But you didn't, so I had to bring it up.
Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. I'm on the wrong screen here, guys. Sorry about that in the audience. Okay. Sorry. I'm watching you guys. I'm not watching the chat. I had the wrong camera on. It's fixed now. Thank you. Anyway, so we
there's
were
a lot of pickle in that beer.
Yeah, there's a lot of pickle in that beer. I was going to explain what we were doing at first, and Mike just jumped into POTA, and I'm like, oh, good, let's talk about POTA.
Roll with it.
So we
sounds like an evening on the clubhouse.
Rolled with it. Yeah, no doubt. So long story short, last weekend we did our POTA event, our first official Ham Radio 2.0 meetup, which coincided with the Parks on the Air Support Your Parks weekend. Just really luck of the draw that it did that. It's awesome time. Thank you to everyone coming out once again.
Absolutely.
Wow,
that was awesome.
People, holy crap.
Yeah, that was great. So Mike stayed at my house that night. He didn't feel like driving back home 4 hours to get home. I was like, dude, I got a guest room. Just come crash with me that night. And he did. So we went out and had beers after that. My wife made us all dinner. And
good dinner.
And he's like, dude, let's do a live stream. I'm like, yeah, why not?
Why not?
Live stream. So we didn't start that live stream until 10:45 at night. And I'm like, yeah, there'll probably be like 3 people watching. It was 150 people watching. And I'm like, it was not announced. We didn't have any talk. We were just talking in the camera. It was nothing. And I'm like, let's do this again.
Might as well.
Absolutely. Good time. You think about it. People get home from work. They unwind.
Mm-hmm.
They go to dinner.
Yeah.
Do whatever you got to do. And then like 10 o'clock is like, I mean,
it's prime time
for us old folks,
I'm up to
I was
midnight.
in my 20s. It's like 10 o'clock is like, shoot, you're just starting to think about going out. You're getting socially lubricated.
Shane, show everyone your beer again, because I had the wrong camera showing when you showed that a minute ago.
This is the look at there. You can see my ugly mug.
See your face through it. That's awesome.
So that is a homebrewed Kolsch that I made, And it's been chilling in the keg for about a week and a half. So this is the second pint out of it. And I'm going to have to make this again. It is tasty.
Nice.
And it's only about 4.5% ABV. So it's something you can drink several of and not get, not fall out of my chair.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's good.
That's why I drink all day IPA, because you can drink it all day. I think it's 4.6.
It's right there in the name, all day IPA.
A couple beers in from Happenstance already. Second glass of whiskey.
What do you got, Frank?
I don't have the bottle with me. It's still downstairs because I poured this before I came up. And when we started the stream, it was up here when we were talking, but sit in the back green room, just sipping away. It is Walking Stick. I was at
nice
Walking Stick.
Yeah, I was at what is it? Specs, and the guy was stocking the shelves. I'm like, okay. I kind of want something new. I like these. I like that. I like this. I do like the harshness of, the higher alcohol content. Mike can't handle. And and sometimes, I like a good smooth, like Eagle Rare and Four Roses with Woodford and a couple other. He's like, I was like, this is new. I was like, oh, I like new. So he gave me on Walking Stick, and let's see how it is.
Well, from the looks of the glass, I can tell you it's probably pretty good.
It is 90 proof, so it is not a harsher one.
So Frank's going to be falling out of his chair.
It is. I still taste some of the wood, but it still has a little bit of bite to it. It's not completely smooth like a Four Roses or Woodford, but it is
maybe a little rye in that grain.
Younger whiskey. If you want, this is probably a good whiskey. If you have one of those whiskey barrels that you want to additional age your whiskeys to put in there, especially in the Texas heat, it will be a good aged whiskey at home. But overall, it's not bad. But I do have a special bottle. I'm bringing it to Huntsville. I'm going to premiere or show it on Huntsville. It'll be a whiskey Mike will be able to drink this time.
It's not that I'm not able to.
Okay. Yes, I'm sorry.
Hang on. Let me defend myself.
Let's clarify here.
I'm a professional drinker. Okay. My last name is Dahlhofer. I'm a little German. Okay. Nobody can even spell or say my last name properly.
I wouldn't even attempt it.
The problem with
English.
With the whiskey that you had at Field Day was that it was 99,000 degrees out.
Yes.
And the whiskey was also 99,000 degrees. Okay. I don't want hot whiskey.
No.
Room temperature, fine. I prefer it on the rocks.
I prefer it on the rocks as well. I don't even like room temperature whiskey.
Not to be confused with cinnamon whiskey. Temperature hot whiskey is gross.
Because it was sitting outside. I give you that.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. But it was also I think, a 110 proof? And
Somebody mentioned in the chat earlier, I think it was Travis actually, who mentioned a peanut butter whiskey. We pretty much annihilated a bottle. Was it Noel?
No,
we annihilated a bottle of that at Field Day too.
I can't drink that.
Gross.
Yeah,
annihilated a
bottle.
bottle.
It is not.
It is too good. Bob came back with
sweet.
another one.
Too good. Oh my God, it was too good.
You have
still drank it, but it was gross.
No, it was not gross. I love everything peanut butter though. So
you bring that next time with your marshmallows. And do s'mores and pour me some of that.
That's an idea. That's
cookies again from the wife, by the way.
The
cookies were amazing from the wife, by the way.
Door chick.
Yeah, they were. Yeah.
Marshmallows for Huntsville, please.
Yeah. She asked me. In her defense, she asked me if I wanted marshmallows at Field Day, and I told her no because I said we're not going to be burning a fire. And I was like, I guess we could eat marshmallows, but they're much better roasted over the fire, especially bourbon infused roasted marshmallows.
Oh my God.
They're bourbon infused roasted marshmallows. Or I'm sorry, they're bourbon infused marshmallows, and then you roast them.
We gotta make s'mores out of those though.
Yeah, no kidding.
We did.
We didn't do that at Winterfield Day.
No, we didn't do that.
We toasted them
with a nice dark chocolate.
We didn't have the chocolate.
There?
We didn't have the chocolate and graham crackers.
Yeah, what? We roasted them.
No dark chocolate.
They were amazing roasted.
K7 DFL. Here's bitter beer face to you.
I get bitter beer fish just watching you drink that.
Oh yeah.
Why would they even produce something like that?
For people like
And they have
Josh, he said
they have a
he wants it.
hot version too.
Josh is probably salivating watching you drink it. It's like, the hipster in him is like, I need the pickle in my beer.
To be fair,
Good
Josh
Lord.
was the guy in California that said, "What are you guys talking about? It's not late." After Adam came in there and said, "It's 30 minutes past my bedtime." I'm like, it's 7:30 where you're at, dude. Come on. Oh gosh.
This is my
Yeah,
wind down
Mike
time. I just got off
Kennernecht
work.
just
Right.
picked
Oh, wow.
up a s'mores whiskey that's made out in West New York.
Ooh, I could get
I
into
always
that.
knew that I didn't
Wow.
like the state of New York.
Are they bastardizing your whiskey?
New York pizza, however.
New York pizza is the
Yeah.
bomb.
Molto bene.
Yeah. New York
Chicago.
pizza is awesome.
So we got from the
Sorry, if
chat.
you live in Chicago, your pizza sucks.
We got from the chat. Ed says Frank is the master of grill and whiskey connoisseur. Yes, I am. And Wild Castadia Radio, whoo, I'm not drunk. I can say all that. Says the door check. You have fabulous taste.
There you
That's
go.
the door check. That's my
Yeah,
wife's YouTube
yeah.
account. So,
But I kind of got a
she-
question. She married you?
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
Other
Jason
than that-
lucked out.
Every time she gets mad at me, I look her in the eye and I say,
Later,
"Honey,
Don.
I'm not the one who
good
married
night,
you."
Don.
Good night, Don.
So, smoke signals, Don. Izzo, ham
Yeah.
harder, buddy. Ham harder, ham harder, Don. Thanks for joining. Seriously, appreciate you being here tonight.
You see,
Talking
Josh
about-
wants to drink it with clamato.
Mm-hmm.
What?
That's what he was
Yeah.
saying on the stream.
So
the
it's
other
like
night.
thing.
sour pickled tomato.
And clam.
It's like that crap that they make, the Bud Light Clamato beer that you
The,
can buy at the
what-
gas
No.
station. Never
I
tried it.
I don't want
But-
veggies in my beer.
Chilada or something. Is that what they're called?
Something like that.
The-
I mean, there's a couple.
Clamato,
different
I
kinds of it.
think.
One of
Clamato.
my girlfriend
Clamato.
when I was in my early 20s, gosh, I might have been younger than that, like 19 or something. Her dad would drink like Bud Light or something. He'd put this clamato juice. I was, ugh.
Yeah,
Ugh.
yeah. So Bud Light makes that now, so you don't have to mix it together anymore. It
And I'm
comes
sure they
that
made
way.
it even worse than I've
sure,
never tried
yeah.
it. I love clams, love them.
Yeah, I don't want them in my beer though.
No,
No.
No.
Have,
Yeah.
I'll eat
have
raw
y'all?
clams, steamed clams, fried
Oh,
clams.
clams are great.
Raw oysters are one of my absolute favorite
Mhm.
foods on the face of the earth. I will just destroy them.
Not a
Do
fan of
you
oysters.
do you
I
put
love
Frank's?
shellfish.
I
Do
like
you put
oysters.
Frank's on them?
Frank's Red Hot.
Frank's is horrible.
What?
Yeah.
Cocktail
kinda
sauce
agree.
and horseradish and lemon.
Oh,
Okay, so
I can't
anyone
do
that eats
horseradish.
Frank's Red Hot, why?
it's
What's the
amazing.
point? Hey, Dennis
It's
is in
good
the
stuff.
chat. What's up,
Hey,
buddy?
Dennis.
Dennis was
How
the
you doing,
first
buddy?
Adam. Just so you know, he was Adam before K6ARK was Adam. Just want to throw
How
that
is he
worthless-
Adam?
Well, read his call sign.
Oh well,
read it
okay.
fast.
86
So-
PM, yeah.
So me and Dennis go back a ways from for the Jerry Net, and
Yeah. Yeah.
we would like all of us would just screw up and call him Adam because he's always 86 DM Dennis, and you just and I remember one day I posted on Twitter, I was like, thanks Adam, and I was like, oh my god, your name is Dennis. Because we all read his call sign.
Oh my
But
god.
I was not the only. Jerry KG6HQ did it. Greg
Uh,
Kilo Golf 5 Oscar Charlie Whiskey
So-
did it all.
So Josh
everybody.
has given us 9 kinds of heck in
Yes,
the
Adam is
chat
in it too.
there. So
What's he
Um, so-
saying?
well, he's
Micheladas.
saying that we don't know anything
Michelada,
about
that's what it's called.
micheladas or however you
Micheladas.
pronounce that. So I hope he brings some to Huntsville.
I
don't
am not a
want- I'm
chick,
bringing
so
anything
I
to
would
They're-
not.
Huntsville.
I
they're
will
not-
Does he listen to the podcast?
They're not good.
He's bringing an empty bag to Huntsville.
Yeah. They're not.
He
says-
he's filling it up.
He says we don't know anything about him. I drank those when I was in college and decided I didn't like them then, and now my tastes have been much more refined, and I'm sure I won't. I haven't had one in 20 years. Well, 15 years maybe. So he wants to bring some. I'll try it. I'll try anything once. But
At least.
they're not good. The reason I don't know about them is because they're not good.
Thank you, Fred Romeo. Go ahead and drink again, Jason.
Drink,
There we go.
drink.
Whew.
Peer pressure.
Mm.
We're gonna all end up on 80 meters talking about.
You know, this is
recipes.
this is better than
Wow.
watching ape dance. Watching
Yeah.
watching you take
That
a
was my
drink of
point.
sour
So-
beer.
That was my point. Yeah.
Should we all get like,
It's like a torture.
a beer for that?
Mm.
I just sipped anyway, but
It's been a while since Fred's been in the chat. Fred, welcome
Yeah.
back, buddy.
Hey, Fred?
Fred.
Good to see you. I was talking to Chris the other day about some Anytone DMR stuff, so Good to see you back in the chat. Fred's a good friend of Chris, Digital Analog Ham.
Fred's been missing in action for, gosh,
A
probably
bit.
over a year now, hasn't it?
Maybe. Could be. Could be. We've been doing some weird stuff on the channel. This channel used to be about ham radio. Now it's about barbecue, beans, and beer.
Hey, welcome to Tech Radio. I'm Frank.
I mean, the way you presented that, you're saying it like it's a bad thing. It's evolution.
No,
my
I
friend.
didn't
It's
say it's a bad
evolution.
thing. I just said,
They go hand in hand.
They go hand in hand.
Noel says booze farm
So
for the
hang
win.
on. There's an actual
Boone's
ham
Farm.
radio question in the chat.
Okay.
All right,
Ham
let's-
radio
let's-
question.
And after we answer this, Frank, you got to show everyone your shirt because I was trying to read that and it's pretty freaking hilarious.
I love it.
It's my Friday shirt.
Paul Spurlock asks, can we give suggestions on a simple antenna tower setup for a yard with not much room?
Push-up pole.
Define
I don't-
not much room.
I don't have any experience with towers, but it would seem that a tower would be the ideal thing for a yard with not much room, unless you're talking if you've got like a canopy of trees, perhaps. But
Right. Yeah. I mean, so if you mean not much room as in a small backyard, I mean, are you in an HOA? That's going to be the first thing you want to look at. If you're in if you have a small backyard, but you don't have to worry about HOA restrictions, then a tower like a Roan 20 or Roan 25 tower would be fine because it's just vertical. It only takes up.
If it's temporary, you could do a 20 meter vertical wire antenna with a push-up pole.
Mhm.
my dad, when I was a kid, my dad's always been my whole life. My
Yeah.
dad's been a ham in most of his life, and there was always a tower in the yard. Now he only had a VHF antenna on it, but I mean, I remember climbing it as a kid when he was at work.
But how about if you're
They
not trying
don't
to
take
get
up much space at all.
well, if you're not trying to get too high, PCP pipe, and you can start threading them to Skinner and Skinner at the top and get that about 10 feet in the air, and just fasten that to your fence post.
As
What
Josh
kind of
says,
antenna is
tower-
he trying to use too, though?
yeah, yeah. What kind?
Good
Yeah,
question.
vertical antenna, HF antenna. That's going to matter. Josh says tower on your roof. That's a good idea. They make roof mount tripods that are made to be bolted to an eave of a
Ooh.
roof.
Yeah, that's an idea.
I've got one of those. There's one of those. The deer lease. I think Noel donated it. We were going to put it on top of that shed that's out there. So
let's get
Yeah,
that.
Scout 75 with the super chat there.
556. I'm going to take a double drink on this one.
Yeah.
Speaking of 556,
Oh yeah, I see that.
I thought I saw something pointy over there.
Yeah.
So here's my
that
shirt.
is, that
for
is
you,
Chambers
Mike.
for
Procrast-
556.
Procrastination University.
Training tomorrow's
Oh,
leader.
damn, we got
tomorrow.
a chug.
Whoa. Oh, Fred. Holy cow.
Fred with
He's
the
back
big-
to
the
his
big
usual
dollar.
game.
There's
Yeah.
the Fred that I know.
Hey, come on to my
Wow.
channel next week, Fred. We'll be doing this again. It's K8 MRD radio stuff. Oh, I got
Fred's hey Mike. Fred's a DMR guy. Yeah, so you got a DMR harder, buddy.
DMR harder.
Do I have to chug the whiskey now?
I
No,
don't know.
that's a
No,
delicacy.
but I'm gonna chug this though. So
Oh,
Deep breath. Here we go. Mike.
can you program all those, Mike?
There's a plethora over
I got
there.
my hotspot right here.
yeah, that is
That'll make you want to run a lap.
yeah. Woo! Glad I went to the gym today. Worked that off before I drank it. Yeah, Craig in the chat. I think you need to slam that beer. Done.
Yeah, no kidding.
Oh my goodness.
And
So-
hello, Craig. I forgot to say hi. I didn't have the chat pulled up. So I
Where's
couldn't
your
say it.
second one?
Hello, Craig.
It's inside. I can go get it.
I don't have any of
Oh,
those
my goodness.
Anytone DMR radios though.
Those are the best ones.
I really
That-
think
a lot
those
of
are
people
great
have
radios.
Those are the
told me
best
about
ones.
that 878.
Yeah.
I've held it. I've held.
Those are
at
the
field
best
day,
ones.
Someone had one.
My my
Can
video
you
on
actually program that full on with the keypad without a computer?
Yes,
yes.
I've
Like
done
you can
it.
put in talk groups and channels and zones and all that crap.
It's
Yes.
possible I've put that exact video on my channel. Maybe you should go look.
Oh, hey.
So-
I've done it in the
imagine
field
that.
many of times. It's a bit of a pain, but it's
Yeah.
possible.
I've
It's
never
not a
used
pain.
OMR.
It's
Still not-
not a pain. It's not a
still
pain.
very
A bit.
Not with the
intuitive.
Anytone. I don't think it is. I think it's easy with the Anytone.
Yeah, but you're like
My-
you are to DMR what I am to POTA though.
That is
so-
correct. Yes. Yeah, that is
Wait, I
correct.
didn't know if I
Yeah.
had to do math. Why did we
That's it.
start drinking?
because Fred gave
What?
us a big super
So,
chat.
so about 3 times right now. Yes, Fred, thank you very much for the super chat. So about 3 times now, right now, I've tried to explain why we're doing this.
Greg, if you're giving them away, I'm not going to say
here.
no to a radio. But no, I don't get on DMR too much.
So, yeah, Fred, do you still have that stuff we talked about a while back? I thought you were getting out of the game. Just say yes or no. Be fine. Oh, I really need to burp, guys. So pardon me before I do.
You don't have to mute.
But
there's only one woman watching, I feel. Maybe two.
No, there's 2. There's the
we got
Door
Dixie
Chick and anime. Well,
there's
Dixie was
3.
in there.
Did Dixie leave?
I haven't seen her in a while, so. But
Fred, I'll take a DMR radio.
I'll never
Fred's-
turn down a free radio, and I'll
Fred-
send it back to you after I'm done with it.
Fred has donated radios to me that I've given away on the stream before for various
awesome.
giveaves and whatnot. So
I've
he's
seen
very
that. I've seen
generous dude. Very real
that.
generous.
I'd be
dude.
happy to ham it forward too.
Yeah.
Pretty sure I've done
So-
a video on that before.
So, but
Oh yeah,
anyway, so
it went to Illinois, I think.
right.
I got temporarily offline and Good Games, Ham Radio and Outdoors Daughters, G90, Biono battery, Pactena, and DX Commander, and I gave them my Yaesu FT450.
She's done some great videos with that G92.
Yeah.
Her Proto videos.
Yeah, she is.
Astro Leah, if you haven't
She's
seen her
doing great.
channel, by the way.
She does awesome. She does awesome work. She really does.
We need to sit down and plan an antenna build, Jason.
Yeah, we do.
And I'm looking forward to getting on HF now, since I got housing matters mostly
Yeah, so
straightened up.
you're staying at. You're not going to move.
I haven't publicly announced it yet, but maybe.
Well, you said.
Well, there you
said-
go.
You said something on a.
Procrastinating on it.
You said
Yeah.
something on a
Oh,
stream the other night.
I'll
It might have
decide
been the
tomorrow.
club- I think it was Dixie's stream the other night. You were talking about that. How you-
Maybe I didn't let it.
You
go.
remember
I
that?
did.
You remember that stream?
Man, oh yes, I
I
remember
was-
that stream. I had to go to
I
work
was
tomorrow.
not. I was
I had
not
to-
hammered
Uh,
because
Neither was I.
my name was not Eric on that stream. So
Damn.
Fred,
so-
Oh,
Fred
the mouth.
Romeo, it will
So-
be difficult for me to email you if I don't know your call sign, but you can email me.
I'll give you his contact info.
I don't know if he's talking to me or not, but
Yeah,
I'm k@mrd@icloud.com.
I'm gonna
as
get
far as
something
that.
straighted up at the FCC,
I'll take care.
and then
I'll take care of it.
announce
I'll take care of it, Fred.
what's going on.
Go ahead, Frank. Sorry.
I need to get some things, last things straightened out, but and update FCC database stuff before I announce, and then
Frank's going
Oh,
cognito.
Uh-oh.
That gum, Fred.
All right.
Yeah,
that
he's
deserves
crazy.
another
We're gonna
beer.
We're
Okay,
gonna
so
slam that.
my-
All right, so I'm gonna have to go get a refill for this
My
one.
me
wife,
too.
the new general, just brought me a brand new.
Ooh,
We're
can of-
splitting this, Jason. I'm the reason everyone's here.
Yeah,
I don't have beer in the house, so gentlemen, chug.
I can't drink whiskey. I'll fall out of the chair. I promise. Have you
Oh,
seen
my
the video of me in
You
Mexico?
don't have beer in the house, Frank?
No,
You call
I
yourself an
don't.
American?
I think that
Whiskey, yes, more
You ain't one of
American
them-
than
you
beer.
ain't one of them Canadians, are you?
I
No.
think that
The
no-
Revolutionary soldiers were paid in whiskey. There's nothing
Yes.
more patriotic than drinking whiskey.
Yeah, but craft beer was created here too. So
They ain't as
that's pretty
American as Budweiser.
It's also true.
What do you
Frank,
mean,
I
drinking
need, Frank, I
water?
need to teach you how to make
Uh,
beer.
Dude,
I'll be
okay,
back.
Actually, yes, I am interested in that
Yeah,
process.
that'd be fun.
Oh, Vidi says he just subbed to Astralia. Great deal.
Awesome.
Fred, thank you very much for the additional super chat, buddy.
I've reached the end of my glass
I'm-
here.
So
yeah.
was he trying to get us back on track to say why we're doing this late?
I'm gonna go
Late
get a
at night?
refill since it's on the keg right over here.
Go
Be right
ahead.
back.
Go ahead. So I'm gonna mute these guys for a second so I can actually get a word in edgewise. Yeah. So the reason we're doing this stream, we're gonna flip flop this stream back and forth between Mike's channel and my channel. Probably next week will be on Mike's channel, and the reason we're doing this is twofold. Number one, boy, that's really starting to sting. Mike lost his job. Those of you who are on my email list today, I sent out, and I didn't even tell Mike this yet. I sent out my email list a link to Mike's video that says, I lost my job, now what? It's on his channel. It's public information. I'm not sharing anything that's private. But hopefully you guys have seen that. So he wants to try to make a go at YouTube full time, which I think is a great idea. He's got an awesome channel. He's got an awesome attitude about it. And I told him, dude, but the whole YouTubers Hamfest from not this year but last year thing. He had some trouble with his live stream, and he says every time he tries to live stream, he has audio issues. He uses a Mac, so he's already handicapped a little bit as far as live streaming goes. But so I said, well, why don't we start a live stream together and we'll flip-flop back and forth. And we're going to do one on my channel, one on his channel. And that live stream last weekend, that was just very last minute. Hey, we're just going to put up a live stream at almost 11 o'clock at night. Worked very well. In fact, there's 177 of you watching right now. And the peak, it got up to like 200 or 201 a minute ago. So are you guys here because it's so late, or are you here because it's Friday? I wonder which one it is. But this late shift live stream, I think, is a great idea. I think it's going to keep going, and we're going to have some stuff to talk about. We could talk about POTA all day long. We just do a 1 hour late shift live stream every week, flipping back and forth between my channel and Mike's channel, and talk about POTA, and that would be easy to do. The reason that Shane and Frank are here is because Frank's always co-host on my show, and he's around tonight. And Shane and Frank went back to work. Well, he went back to his office a couple weeks, beginning of July, I think it was. He went back to his office. He's no longer able to attend the Wednesday lunchtime live streams. Shane is going to step into Frank's place and start being my co-host on the Wednesday live streams. That's why I invited him tonight. So that is, thank you for sharing the link to Mike's channel, Noel. It looks like Mike shared his Patreon link. You guys go sign up for Patreon, but only if you're my patron first, okay? Let's pay the dues forward. I'm just kidding. Yeah, y'all go support Mike. Definitely. We definitely want to support Mike. We want to get him to. He's not used to live streaming. He's always done regular uploaded videos, and that's why we're doing this. So that is where I am and what I'm going to say. And I'm switching back over here. No, that's the wrong one. Right there. I'm switching back there right now. Okay. Let me unmute you guys because y'all were muted. There we go.
Yes.
Y'all are back.
Well, thank you, Jason.
The love we get.
Yeah.
I've got to say, since I posted that video about losing my job,
mm-hmm.
The
support,
the emails, the texts, the Twitters, the comments, I can't keep up. I have not read them all because there's literally that many. Yeah. I mean, even guys like Don Wilbanks commented. I was like, like these are celebrities to me, you know?
Right.
So
you were even mentioned on Josh's podcast.
Yeah.
Someone reached out there too, trying to get in touch with you.
I need to catch up. I listened to I was only able to listen to one episode on my way to and fro Dallas. Because
I
listened to like 1.5 because they're like 19 years long. I love them.
Right.
I was told that, and thank you, Josh and Leia, for whatever you said about
Josh is coming back against my Mac comment now. So I just
Josh is a Mac person.
He has both.
Computer agnostic.
Yeah. And
thank you, Sterling.
I just like to make fun of Max.
I know he likes to rag on me, but that's fine. I don't care.
I have to answer a question from Craig. Craig asked a while back if I could make a Hefeweizen beer, and Craig, yes, that's my second favorite style to brew. So I will be doing a Hefeweizen coming up for the fall, along with my Oktoberfest.
Thank you, Sterling, very much.
Was that the red? Is that the red can?
Mike.
Yeah.
So that's the spicy one.
Bloody Mary pickle beer. It's the stuff.
Nope.
It actually
Bloody Mary Hurl beer.
Yeah, it actually tastes like it should be in a glass of vodka. Now, beer and vodka, it's got the Michelob Ultra Miller Lite kind of carbonation beer taste to it. So if you could get rid of that and pour it into vodka, it'd be all right, I think. But it's I don't know, it's strange.
I mean, I do like Bloody Marys, so
I do like Bloody Marys also. Bloody Mary's probably my favorite mixed drink, honestly. But I don't know. Anyway,
mixed drink. I think my favorite's an old fashioned
bourbon and Coke.
with a rye whiskey.
Mine's either a Bloody Mary or a White Russian.
We haven't had one of those in years.
White
Russians.
Russians,
a lot of Black Russians in my 20s.
Black Russians are
with
good.
a glass of water.
I like That's not a mixed drink.
Yeah,
I'm just saying what I like. Bourbon,
Frank,
straight,
you're gonna have,
glass of ice water.
Frank, you're gonna have to send me the manual to co-host. So you've
Yeah.
done such an epic
Yeah.
job of this.
Yeah.
So I've some
Just
ginormous shoes to
Just-
substitute into.
yeah.
So
Shane, just wave your arms around and yell. That's basically all there is to it. This side of the radio.
But you won't be on this side of the radio. You'll be on the
Be on
other
that
side
side?
of the
Yeah,
camera.
on that side of the
the
radio.
other side of the camera, exactly. Or the other side of the
Will
table, I
about-
think, is someone put it at the
Yeah.
the event this weekend. That was fun. I know you guys
That
talked about it
was
earlier. I was
fun.
listening on the way. That was a lot of fun.
So
I
I'm
That was
looking.
fun.
Go
I
ahead.
enjoyed first a technician who had never been on
Yes.
HF before. That was a lot of fun. Getting someone on HF who hasn't been on HF. Someone who had mic fright, who was just a general, and said, "Hey, I'll get on there in a minute." And then there's me who, after a beer or two, I'm like, "Come here, get on the radio, come here." But I said, "Hey," and what does he do? He comes, he gets on the radio, and he has
Yeah.
a blast.
Uh-huh.
And then the general, I don't know if he's still in here. Ham Solo's son,
Yeah.
who's in the military, drove down from Fort Sill, not licensed at all, had a chance to come and get on radio, and his dad was filming him making Parks on the Air contact. That was highlight of my day. I mean, you guys are cool, but
You were doing
Those
a
are good
really great
points.
job, Elmer.
I totally
too,
I
Shane.
totally
Thank
agree
you.
with that, Shane.
Thank you.
I totally agree with that. That is why that's why we do meetups. In fact, that was my whole idea behind going out to the park. I said, if you want to check out the Hex Beam, come out. If you want to check out the Yaesu FTDX10, come out. If you want to check out the IC7300, that's cool too. That radio's been out for like 7 years. But if you're new to ham radio and you've never seen one, come out and check that out. If you've never done POTA, come out. If you've never activated this specific park, come out. And that was the purpose of the whole weekend. It just happened to fall on Support Your Parks on the Air weekend, or the plaque weekend, whatever they call it. I mean,
Where did
and that
we
was just
find out about? Not that I go to the Parks on the Air website very often, but I feel that isn't advertised. A lot of people have told me that.
So the dates for that was on the Facebook page.
yeah.
The Facebook group for the I can't even find it on the page. I need to talk to Matt and see if they're going to post that somewhere. They normally, like, when you get really close, they'll put a ticker at the top of the POTA page to show you when it's coming up. But that happens 5 times a year.
Well, you guys, okay.
Not the plaque event.
I'm
just
not on Facebook.
I'm about to be disappointed because it seems obvious to me you guys didn't watch the live stream I did where I brought them onto the stream and told everybody about the plaque event, which is like a month and a half before it happened. So the gentleman who came on, it wasn't Jason. It was
I don't think I saw that.
It wasn't Matt. It was the other guy.
No, it
But
was the
you
other
think
guy.
that would just be like on the Parks on the Air website?
Yeah, well, true. Yeah, it didn't seem, and this was right before they revamped the website.
Yeah.
So they were probably in the middle of transitioning all this stuff.
I understand they are all volunteers too.
Yes,
So the
yeah, that's true
resources
also.
are limited.
They had a nice countdown
Thank
for the
you,
plaque
Mike
event.
Kennernecht.
I'm glad you could pronounce that.
I think that's how it's Kennernecht.
Kennernecht?
I mean, it looks right.
Okay.
Mike, am I saying your name right?
Vance.
Vance Martin.
Vance Martin.
N3VEM.
Yeah, N3VEM. So Vance came on to the Sunday live stream and told us all about, and he had a kick. I'm going to say this because it's my stream. He had a kick-ass Hamshack setup, and he showed us. He had a camera facing down from the top. He had cameras from around, and people were coming. Dude, show us your Hamshack, and that was like one of the coolest parts of the whole stream. But he came on and did an excellent job about telling us about the plaque event. That episode aired on. Let me see if I can see that. That episode aired on June 13th. So it was like a good
middle of June.
Yeah, a good month before the actual event happened.
But they do need to do better advertising because what is this face page thing? I think I counted 3 people in the chat say I don't do face page.
Well,
it's not just me boycotting this thing.
Years ago.
Well,
that just means get on the Discords. You got Jason's Discords. I'm going to start posting all the information that I find out. I'm going to post it over on Jason's Discord. But I'm getting off of Facebook. I much prefer Discord over Facebook.
It's been about 15 years.
There's this new
beautiful.
thing. Hey, you guys might have heard this new thing called YouTube. that you can find information on there too. So those guys are welcome to come onto my channel anytime they want to and talk about POTA.
I give you even better advice. If you want to love your family and talk to them at holidays, don't go on to Facebook.
I moved past Facebook like 35 seconds ago. I don't know why you weren't keeping up.
I think Matt was on during the YouTubers Hamfest. Matt here was with Smoke Signals RF, and they talked about the plaque event also.
They did, yeah.
And so I'm going to be on Ham Radio DX talking about it next week, August the 7th.
Kenner
Connect. They pronounce the K. There's a trucking company called Knudsen. That's like that.
Oh, yeah, I have seen that. Yeah. Okay, so did 2 activations today on 7.27 megahertz. Late shift and quick one just before a great show. Perfect timing. Looking forward to the rest of these. Into Mac. Into MAK. Thank you for the super chat. I'm going to now kill myself.
Another one.
I will fall on the sword.
I think your wife might cut you off here in another beer.
Yeah. So, those aren't high enough ABV.
KX2,
no, those
did
are
you just
nothing.
read that as a KX2 and a portable multi-band NFED the easiest to deploy? I would say yes.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
I am a NFED half-wave fanboy.
Yeah,
like that's one of my favorite antennas. Yeah. And I'm actually considering now that I've seen that the DX Commander Expedition set up in a park and all that kind of stuff, I'm considering that as well as a second antenna. But as far as how fast you can put something up, I can get the spider beam pole up quick, and I can throw that NFED half wave. I can get that up in 15 minutes total.
Takes about 15 minutes to set up a DX Commander too, buddy.
The TN07 flagpole antenna I have takes about half of that, to about 7 or 8 minutes to set up, and it has a matching unit, so it'll work on 10 to 80. Now, having said that, the DX Commander performs better. TN07 is a great antenna. Don't get me wrong, but the DX Commander does perform better. I think it does.
Mike, you need to do a video on how to set up that DX Commander for higher. I won't say high speed applications, but where do you put do you put your radials in a separate bag? Do you put your radiating elements in a separate bag? Do you put
I did a
something like
three-part
that
series on the DX Commander Expedition. Huh.
I have to go back and check that out.
Yeah. Definitely did that.
Now you know what it feels like, Mike, when people don't watch the videos.
Terrible. That's why I'm missing that one view.
Try being in the clubhouse and saying something like that, and all 6 of your buddies haven't watched your videos.
Right.
Too bad.
Yeah, too busy making my own videos, son.
Kyle's Ziering.
There's Kyle. Okay, Kyle's torturing me now too.
We're getting started.
You're gonna have
these names are as bad as my last name. What's going on?
I know. Yeah. So Mike, you got 7 days. The goal for next week. We're gonna stream this on your channel next week, right? So the goal for next week.
Well, we may or may not.
Yeah. No, we're going to. We're going to get it done. Yeah, I'm going to help Mike with the live stream. It's not complicated. If I can live stream, anybody can do it. Seriously.
If I can live stream, anybody can.
I can do it. Come on now.
Frank
can do it.
StreamYard, but I would rather use Zoom.
StreamYard's web-based.
For no reason.
Yeah. Well, I
got to get Zoom into OBS and the
That's
audio.
easy.
Like Josh helped me last year, and I got the settings, but it seems like every time I turn on my computer, it's different. So
so StreamYard might be better for you since you are on a Mac, since you do have the virtual audio cable thing you have to deal with. So
that's all we use. We have 10 people on there. And it's all on StreamYard.
StreamYard's all right. It's okay.
It's not OBS, of course.
No. I have a paid StreamYard account, Mike. I'll let you use it. I bought it last year at Black Friday. They were offering like 45% off or something crazy. I'm like, okay, click. I
feel I downloaded it on this computer. Let me check.
It's not a download. It's web-based.
It's all web-based.
I signed up for it or something. I
StreamYard.com
somewhere.
Yeah.
Probably on StreamYard.
But
that'd be the first place I'd look.
Yeah.
But hey, Mike, so what I was trying to say is sometime between now and next week, next Friday, when we do this on your channel, go to the beer store and find yourself the nastiest beer you can find. And then
Miller
every time,
Lite.
and then Miller Lite works great. In fact, I may downgrade to that one of these days. And,
Don't do that.
And I'm afraid that Smoking Ape would never talk to me again if I actually did that. But I don't know.
I mean, downgrade to like Dallas Blonde. Or
I mean,
like
I could I could
Dallas Blonde's
probably
not bad.
buy any beer that you like, Jason, and I would have that same reaction. that
So
you're
a
having
stout,
with
so a
pickle
good beer, a good stout beer.
No, I see. I don't like them. They're too thick.
Yeah.
They're too thick. I can't.
Well, see, I don't like IPAs because they all
Can't,
taste hoppy.
Well,
Oh, that's
Duh.
not true.
That's
literally the point of an
Not
IPA.
every,
You know what?
not
You know
every
why?
IPA is a hoppy IPA.
well,
I'm a brewer. I have
most of
four.
them.
doesn't
I
mean
have
you're a
four
good
different.
brewer.
Shoot.
I used to work in the
Done.
craft beer industry.
I
Most
have
of them.
four different.
Yeah, most
I
of them.
have four different types of IPAs that I make, and my hazy IPA is not hoppy at all. It's not bitter. Well, it's hoppy. It's not bitter.
Depends on the type
it's
of hops
not
you
this-
use.
That's
I
Okay,
like
so
And the
here's-
amount.
We
and
got to
the
drink
amount.
twice here. We got
There's two- it's two of them.
Slam them
Shoot.
basically. Thank you,
But-
Kyle and IKO.
but that all day IPA, that's not bad.
No, that's a good IPA.
That's,
I agree.
that's not,
I
that's
know.
not good. But it's not. But a true IPA fan would probably think that's like a girl's IPA or something. I don't know.
Not really. No.
I like that the founders KBS too.
Nah.
Yeah, the breakfast stout.
The KBS
Yeah.
and the CBS are both fantastic stouts.
Yeah,
They got maple
they're
syrup in
good.
them.
they're good.
No.
Carbach makes a better stout than Founders does, in my opinion.
I need to bring you my milk stout, Jason. It'll be here. It's at one of the one that I do in the fall, and it drinks. It looks like it's an imperial stout, but drinks like something that's like 5.5 ABV.
I like all stouts. My favorite kinds are an oatmeal stout or a peanut butter stout.
Mine's a milk stout, and the
I like
particular.
I like milk stouts as well. If I had to choose one, I would choose oatmeal over milk stout. But milk stouts are very good.
Love them, and the yeast that I use throws off a chocolate character, so you get a lot of chocolate
There you
in
go.
there. But there's no
Awesome.
chocolate in the beer.
Yeah,
Gonna drink again. Thank you, TC
killing
Fitz.
me.
My
TC
liver.
Fitz. The first night I did this, TC Fitz was in there giving me like 5 or 6 or 7 different $1 super chats. I'm like, oh my gosh, dude, you're killing me here, man.
killing you
He's
slowly.
He's like
a
gaming
masochist.
this. He's like gaming the system big time. This guy's. You need to take this guy to Vegas. He's probably a card counter.
Right?
It's just like totally gaming the system the whole time.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'll look for a bad beer.
Oh,
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not.
you can
fake it.
find one.
Why would I want to do that? Why would I want to put myself through that?
I mean, you could ape dance if you wanted to.
yeah, you
I
could.
could
Yeah.
just sit here and talk. I could do
What fun
another
is
day like
that?
I did today.
You
and
have
just
to
get out in the
reward-
sun
you
and,
have to
like,
reward
I'm
these
looking
super
at how
chats.
white you guys
Uh-huh.
are and how red I.
have
I'm
to
white
reward
because
the
I have a
super chat.
17 million candle power light here. Thanks, Amazon.
it's just a fun thing to do for super chats and live stream.
I could get some.
Oh, we're
Some
dancing
people-
now?
some
peanut
people
butter
dance.
whiskey.
Some people dance. I like to punish myself. It's just different throats, different strokes, and it's all good.
Yes.
So
What's wrong with just a good old hey? Thanks for the super chat. Cheers to you, buddy.
I've been doing that for 2 years. Where you been?
Not
So-
watching your live stream, apparently.
Not watching
Yeah.
Well, I haven't been on there. It's different when you're interacting with the talent.
right. Yeah. It's-
No.
What did he say?
He said he could truffle shuffle.
Ham radio dude. All right, you got to drink again.
See, TC
Good
Fitz.
Lord.
Philip,
Sorry,
you has it
friends.
right. Not a stout fan. Don't want to have to chew my beer. Yes.
That's just it. Not all
Well,
stouts
then-
are
They're so
chewy.
thick, though. That's
Then-
the thing.
then-
No, they're. I'm going to make you drink one, Mike.
You can't.
You know,
I
when
can't
s-
anyway. Drink those kinds of beers all day.
Mm-mm.
No, you would want
Nor
to.
should you. No, nor should you. During the
Mm.
summer, you don't want to drink that type of beer. Well,
Duh.
Maybe for
During the- during-
breakfast.
But if I want to get
breakfast
drunk,
or yeah.
I'm
if
not
I wanna-
going to drink.
If
I'm
I
gonna-
want to
you'll
get
ha-
drunk,
you'll
I'm
have
not
one
drinking
and you're
beer.
full.
Mm-mm.
Scout
I
says
can honestly say I have never drank for the purpose of getting drunk since I was
Yeah, me
like in my
neither.
20s. Okay,
Yeah.
I don't drink beer so that I can get hammered. Okay, I don't like getting hammered. I hate getting hammered. Actually,
I
the
like
reason
the
I don't do
hangover.
the reason I don't do
Hangover,
shots anymore. I don't do shots anymore is because I don't like that. I never liked it.
I'm too old for
But
that.
if I-
fun, dude.
but if I
Jaeger
did like
bombs?
it-
Oh my god.
I
Yeah.
found the good stuff.
Maybe
but
Irish
I'll
It's
still
Harbor.
I
do
drink
Jaeger
beer. I
bombs.
drink beer because it tastes good. That's why I
Some of them
drink
do,
beer.
yeah.
Now, if you say that the beer is chewy and you don't like to chew your beer, what I hear when you say that, what I hear you saying is that you haven't grown up yet. So when you reach puberty, and start to get a little bit of chest hair going,
Nah, it's all on my back. It fell down.
Well, mine too, actually.
Went backwards.
But yeah, I mean, you'll start to develop tastes for adult things.
Now
and it's cool. It's cool. It's
And
all
you-
right.
And
Sorry,
you switch from shopping at Walmart to
It's-
Target.
For
yeah,
beers,
the
though.
sounds.
For beers, I like a good red and amber.
Of course, Joe Brett. Joe Brett's on call, so he
Joe
can't drink
Brett.
tonight, so he's going to make us drink tonight.
You're gonna.
I love how
you're-
he's got 2 first names.
Yeah.
You might be a redneck.
Mm.
So Shane, have you tried making an amber or a red?
Yes, indeed, both.
'Cause,
My
I
I like
red,
my beer like
reds
I
are
like
good.
my girls.
so my
Reds
red
are good.
recipe has a tiny little bit of
Yeah.
My
How
red
many
recipe
times I've
has
wanted
a-
to do that.
has a little bit of chocolate malt in it, so it's not
Mhm.
chocolate, but it's got a little bit of baker's chocolate bitterness to it. I love reds. I just finished a 6-pack of Smittix Irish Red.
That's
So-
a good one. That
Yeah.
Smittix is a good one.
I'm
Their
looking forward
chocolate
to
stout is
trying a good red.
fantastic.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Now,
And red ales aren't really red. They're copper.
What?
Red ales aren't red. They're copper.
tomato.
You
It's
know,
just
I
easier
mean,
to
you
do
know,
red.
I've seen some crap. Now, I was at a craft beer brewery with my wife last night. After she passed her general, we went to a bar down there that serves barbecue and craft beer.
Which one
And
was
they
it?
had Cowtown Brewing.
Oh yeah,
and
love
their-
that place. That
and their-
barbecue's good.
Their barbecue is good. Their beers are kind of meh.
Man, yep.
They're not great, but they're not terrible.
I
They had an Irish Red last night, and I said, "Well, what kind of beer is it?" He's like, "It's Irish Red," and I'm like, "Is it an ale? No. Is it an IPA? No." Because I've gone into some breweries that say Irish Red IPA, and I'm like, "Okay,
Red
I didn't know
IPA?
that, I didn't know that was a thing." And then some
No.
of them call them an ale, and some of them call them something else, or Irish Red like sour or something.
So
And this one was just called Irish, and it was good. I ordered one; it was good, but I'm like, okay, so what is a red beer then? Because some people say it's IPA, some people say it's ale. Maybe it can be multiple things. I don't know.
so
what about
there's only
Killian's?
so it's another good red.
Killian's
there's-
is a good
Commercial.
Walmart red, a good
Commercial
Walmart
red.
red beer. Yeah,
So
commercial.
there's two kinds of beer. If you get down to the very basics
Yeah.
of it, there's two kinds of beer. You have a
True.
lager and you have an ale.
Mhm.
Excuse me. One is fermented on the top, which is an ale. One is fermented on the bottom, which is a lager. One is fermented at a cold temperature, which is a lager. One was fermented at a higher temperature, which is an ale.
Yes, I
But
got
that's-
that.
And from that point forward, you can branch out and go wherever you want. The BJCP has 99 different kinds of styles of beer.
yeah.
Anything that you can think of.
So what
But
would
it-
make
but
a
you break it
red?
down into two. So the red character comes from the grain that's in it.
Okay.
So you use different proportions. So like a red ale, you would brew a regular, just a standard. I don't want to say amber because it's not an amber because an amber's hoppy. But you could take a regular amber grain recipe and you throw just enough, like Black Patent, which is a malt. It's a really rich. A roasted malt. You put just enough roasted malt in there to switch the color from an amber color to a darker. You want a dark copper, dark rust, I think is another color that they use.
Mhm.
And then you want a red is more amber. I'm sorry, a red is more malt focused than like an amber, which is an amber is more hops focused.
Okay. Touche.
I can
I learned
nerd-
something.
can
I literally
nerd the
learned something
out
tonight.
on beer.
All right,
So to-
Shane.
so to
All right,
bring it back around to ham radio.
Damn radio.
How about
right?
those
Yeah.
ham radios?
No,
What?
no.
I have,
no.
a, I have a
let me-
7300 right here.
Let me, Shane. Seriously. I'm not joking. I have thought for a long time that I want to do a brewery with all the beers that are ham radio names.
That would be awesome.
You can have an OM, you can have a YL, you can have a 73, which would be your flagship beer. You can have a QRM. You could have.
That's your IPA.
Yeah.
Poppy
You
IPA.
could
Heavy
have
IPA.
you could have an F layer or an E layer. You could have
or a D layer.
Yeah,
or
but,
D layer. Yeah, you can
but
have. I
wouldn't
mean,
your
there's
most
so many different.
just all these references be over
Well,
their
it-
heads, and they're going to be explaining
you know
all
what?
day
When
what it
when
means?
people like you and I go to a hipster bar and all of the beers are
Flowing rainbow sunshine.
Rick and Morty names, I'm like, I don't get that, but hey, that's a
I
dark
get
beer. I want
that.
to drink it.
Shane will
So,
get that.
I don't get that. So, but I mean, like Turning Point has a lot of Rick and Morty, but they had a lot of Avenger names too. They had one called Endgame. They had one called Infinity Stout or something like that. So, who cares? I mean, you can name all the beers ham radio names and still market it as craft beer. And if people come in and ask you about what does this mean? Oh, well, let me tell you about ham radio.
There you go.
And have
it is beer and ham radio.
Yeah, beer and ham radio. And you can you can be like, you can say, well, this one's a Yagi. What the hell is a Yagi? It's the beer you're having right now. That's what it is.
So I should brew a
I
Pota stout for the meetup in October.
A Pota stout. See,
Yes,
I've always thought that would be a good idea. That's a theme. So there's a brewery, you've probably heard of it, Shane. There's a brewery in Plano, I think they're in Plano, called Four Bullets Brewing.
Yeah.
All of their beers are Four Bullets is four aces in poker.
Yes.
Yep.
All of their beers are poker names. And if you don't know poker, you might be like, Four Bullets, are you a gun store? No. Four Bullets is four aces in poker.
It's
So,
a
but-
good place.
So someone
you don't-
suggested the Moon Bounce.
Moon Bounce, yeah.
Moon,
see,
Moon
there you
Bounce
go.
IPA
Yeah,
and this
yeah.
the
Pota
sporadic
beer will
E.
not be a stout.
What won't be a stout?
The
Pota
beer.
beer will not be a stout. I'm not going to sit out and drink stout during a Pota.
Well,
Well,
it's
you know what?
October,
That's a
so you
good-
want something
that's
that's warming.
That's a good point,
That's
Mike.
well.
That's a good point.
It's gonna be
When-
fall in Texas though.
Winter field
That's
day
true.
could be a winter warmer.
In the summer,
Winter
so
field
typically in Michigan, I would drink beer in the summer, and then once it started getting cold, like late October, early November, I would switch to whiskey, bourbon specifically. So I drink bourbon and Cokes in the summer, in the winter.
Mike says Infed Hefeweizen and Pota Porter for the win.
Ooh, I like
good.
Pota Porter.
I like Pota
Except
Porter.
it's pronounced Hefeweizen. The W is a
Hefeweizen.
Z.
I'm sorry, Dahlhofer.
Hofer.
Please go ahead.
Dahlhofer.
Wild Cascadia says Pota is a cider.
Josh says
Ciders
Moon
aren't
Bounce.
bad, but no.
Moon Bounce
Moon
gets
Bounce
the
gets the
ladies.
ladies.
Moonbound what?
Gets
Moon
the
Bounce
ladies.
gets the ladies.
Oh, Pota pumpkin
That's-
ale.
Josh,
Ooh.
I'm putting that on
No.
a T-shirt, dude. I hope you don't mind. I'm putting
That
that on a
right?
T-shirt.
I
Moon
can't do
Bounce
them
gets the
pumpkin
ladies.
beers. I just like regular beer. By that I mean IPAs.
I
I do like other
IPAs
kinds
are
of
not
beers, but
regular
this
beer.
is my this is just my go-to beer.
Anthony says KAMRD ale. Increase your DB by 6.
So it'd be a 6% ABV
See,
beer.
you could
Yeah.
do dedicated call sign beers as well. They could be like special.
What would be
runs and
tank
whatnot.
radio beer?
An attenuator, a dummy load.
Some kind of some kind of some kind
that
of
would be
bourbon
Bourbon
barrel. or
barrel,
something.
yeah,
A
bourbon
barrel
barrel
stout.
But not sweet
Yeah.
though. Not sweet.
I'll
A
tell
lot
you
of
what.
bourbons are
Sweet.
super sweet. I don't
They
know
are. That's why I
why.
don't like it. That's why I don't like them.
There's a when this was probably 10 years ago. I was living in Cleveland, and I was living just south of the airport, and in that area, I forget what town I was living in, but there was I found a place called B Spot. It was owned by Chef Michael Simon, and I would great burgers, one of the best burgers you'll ever have, the Lola burger, and there was a Kentucky bourbon ale or something like that
Oh my god.
that I would
it hurts.
drink when I went there, and they served in a little like a snifter type of glass. It's just when bourbon barrel aged ales are so incredible if they're done right, because you get the oakiness, but that imparts
Yeah.
a bit of like butteriness. It's
If
a
they're done right.
mouthfeel kind of thing.
Yeah.
If
And
they're
this
done
this
right.
beer was a bit higher ABV. I forget. I think it was like 12% or something stupid like that. But it was so easy drinking, and so it was it was a little cloyy in the mouth, but not overly. Like it was so freaking good. I think it was just Kentucky bourbon ale or something was what it was.
Oh
called.
yeah, I've had that before.
It's so freaking good.
Yeah.
So one of the best beers I've ever had in my life, because I used to be in the craft beer industry and I would travel all over the country doing beer festivals and stuff with all of the craft brewers and reps for other breweries and stuff. I was in so Tampa is a huge beer city. Michigan is a huge beer state too.
Oh yeah.
But Tampa, there's a brewery called Cigar City Brewing Company.
I've been there,
and they
Cigar City Brewing is
their
good.
Maduro is really good.
They have an IPA called High Lie. That's really good. High Lie spelled Jailali or something like that. It's a game they play in Florida. I'm from Fort Lauderdale, so I know these things. But they had an oak aged High Lie IPA. And I got back from doing my rounds I was introducing my brother's brand B Nectar to Florida, and I got done on my rounds with the rep. We were driving around all the liquor stores all day, all the beer stores, and I picked up one of these oak aged High Lie IPAs. And my hotel was in Clearwater. And it was on the beach and it was facing the ocean. And I got home after a long day. I mean, we're drinking all day too because it's part of the job.
What a job!
Such a terrible thing.
The dream.
Yeah.
And I cracked open this High Lie IPA, and I'm sitting on the balcony of my hotel room, overlooking the ocean, and drinking this oak aged High Lie IPA, and it's just one of the absolute. It probably is the best beer that I've ever had in my life. It's so good. And I've
it is
never
really good.
seen an oak aged. They actually finally got High Lie IPA up in Michigan, so that's pretty awesome. That Cigar City Brewing Company is getting that far out, but what an incredible beer. My brother's done collaborations with them too, like B Nectar and Cigar City Brewing Company have done collabs.
So I noticed that Mike in the chat said that we should do the Poda Pilsner.
Yeah, somebody else mentioned a
something
Poda
like
pumpkin
that
ale.
would be more.
Yeah,
you got to have like a beer like an all day IPA or a Pilsner or something like that, because you got to think you're out there Poda.
Or oh wait, it's
especially
empty.
if it was like a day like I had today.
Yeah.
So I'm driving. Once I got back into Huntsville, you know how like banks will have a clock and a temperature and stuff. It said 101 degrees. I don't know if I believe that.
Yeah.
I don't think we hit 100 today. It was definitely mid to upper 90s. But yeah. So I don't want to be drinking a pumpkin ale. I don't want to be drinking a stout.
No. Pumpkin beers are fall October type beers.
I understand.
Stouts are pretty much winter beers, although I like them all year long.
I understand the whole season thing, but
so you could do like a Poda summer ale and a Poda winter ale or winter warmer or something like that. So I want to do a winter field day winter warmer.
A summer shandy would be good too. I do like that.
Yeah, that would be good. K6RK says he's drinking a tequila barrel-aged rye.
Yes, I do want to know more about tequilas.
I don't.
Adam, I do have a bunch of beers finally that I'm going to send you. It's taken me a while to find some good Texas beers, but you and K8TSG both I owe beers to, and they're sitting.
Yeah, I've got some for Adam. I've got some for Adam, Josh, and Good Game that I'm going to be sending out soon. It doesn't take long to find good Texas beers. You just have to.
I only go to Specs though, and it's like they got this.
Specs sucks.
I know it's terrible, but that's all that's around me. So I'll when I go there to get my beer, they've got like that little stand of like singles, you know. So I'll look at those, and they're usually all like they'll feature like one brewery maybe. So it's taken me like a year, not a year, but it's taken me. Well, I've lived here for 7 months now, so it's taken me 7 months. Jason K8TSG gave me a bunch of beers back in like November. We did a POTA activation last November.
Can't you just Google brewery and see what's around you? It's Texas, man. There's like
but he's talking about like a store to get multiple.
Yeah, but I don't want to just buy like random beers.
Right.
Which is actually what I've been doing, but like Adam will drink.
I should have taken you. So Mike, when you come up here for Huntsville, come up here early on Tuesday, and I'll take you literally across the street, a mile from my house. There's this place called Hall's Grocery, and they have probably 300 types of craft beer in there.
I've
They're-
driven
they're-
over there
Singles
before.
at-
or
Yeah, they're at no. They're a store. They're not a bar. So
right, I
they're
understand, but
beer
you can just
store.
buy like a single beer. Like
Yes.
you have- okay.
Buy a single
Yeah, you
single
can't
bomber,
get that at Specs.
a 4-pack, a 6-pack, whatever. And we need to stock up the trailer for the trip to Huntsville anyway. So,
I'm just bringing all
Um,
the IPA, so I'm good.
so
You let me know when you're leaving. I need to drop a lot of stuff off, including
So-
beer.
so by the
cigars.
way, I
Sure,
guess I
sure,
should.
yeah,
This is a
that's
perfect
fine.
time to tell Frank and Adam.
Yes.
Jason and I are going to be driving up together. I'm not going to fly because of my situation. I figured I might as well drive because it'll be more fun. I won't have to pay for parking at the airport. I've already paid for my ticket, but I'll just eat that, whatever.
Can't you rebate that into a flight credit?
did you get the
I don't
cheap
know.
ass one?
I'm
or did
probably
you-
just going to dispute.
Who was
the
your
ticket.
airline?
Probably Spirit or something. I don't know.
I don't know about Spirit. American will always let you convert it to.
We just decided this like 2 days ago.
So just call them and see if they will convert it or something.
I could, but
We-
Then you have a credit.
so
get
don't
you-
wait for
yeah.
me at the airport.
Hamcation.
to Take away from this.
Mm,
Yeah, I could do that for Hamcation. Yeah.
Keep the credit on file for Hamcation.
there you go. What? Yeah, we're going to Hamcation, buddy. So
Yeah, that's going to be. I don't know what I'll do for that though, because my dad lives in Lake Placid, which is a few hours
That's right.
south of
That's right.
of Orlando.
that's right.
I might fly into. Can't remember the city. Whatever's south of there.
Hmm. I don't know.
And then maybe I'll just
But
I'll steal his
I'll-
I'll steal his new Corvette and drive up to. He just got one of those really
Yeah.
nice Corvette ZX3 whatever.
Got the new rear engine or mid
Yeah.
mid engine.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll probably
Nice.
go up. I'll probably go up 2 or 3 days early for Hamcation and stay for a week. I
You're gonna
imagine.
drive or you're gonna?
No. I'm not driving to Orlando. I've done that. I've ridden with a couple of guys from locally from Orlando, from here to Orlando. It's like 18 and a half hours. No, thank
It's a
you.
long drive.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. No, I will fly to Orlando. I'll drive to Dayton. I'll be driving to Dayton next May, Mike. So we got plenty of time. I can talk to you about that between now and then. But I'm gonna fly to Orlando. I'm not driving out
Yeah,
there.
that's a hike.
Screw that. But okay, so Ham Radio Hobo in the chat. This is an actual ham radio question. He says, "What are some good pointers on running for a ham club position like president? What should ham clubs be doing to get more young hams involved and get older hams involved?" So,
That's always the question.
so Sterling's in the chat. Ham Radio Hobo, right? And Sterling's mission in life is to get young people involved in ham radio. Nobody
First
tells
off,
Sterling.
subscribe to Sterling's channel.
Yeah, Sterling has some really good N0 SEC. He's got some really good videos on that. Nobody tell him that he's not that young anymore. But, seriously, go look up some of
Rough.
Sterling's
Like
earliest
Darius.
videos. He looks like he's about 7. But but no, seriously. I mean, yeah, that's a good question. I think you have to be. My opinion on that is you have to be forward thinking. You can't be one of these ham radio clubs that's like nobody's ever on the repeater. Everybody's on HFCW. If you don't know CW, you're not a real ham. Blah blah.
The
blah,
bands
blah,
are
blah.
dead.
Bands are dead. Blah, 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 blah. But you have to embrace new technologies like FT8, DMR. Go look up some of the Arden. Early. What was that, Frank? That was you, wasn't it?
No, it was not me.
Okay.
Wasn't me.
So, Mike, was that you?
I'll say something.
Could have been. I just fired up YouTube on my laptop.
Yeah, that's what it was. Okay, you're good now.
I think YouTube has done a great job at bringing a younger
Absolutely.
crowd into ham radio because most of the younger crowd, they're intimidated when they want to go to a meeting or they to go meet people. And I visited 3 amateur radio clubs here in here near me that when I walked in, nobody said hi. Nobody. I mean, I had maybe the person who was the president or something came and shook my hand, but it didn't feel very inviting. And that was kind of the genesis behind the Ham Radio Clubhouse kind of stuff. It's like we all had kind of the same experience, and we just moved that experience that over to YouTube, and and that's what we do. We can Elmer people virtually. If I need to jump on a Skype call with somebody, I can Skype. I can jump on a in the Discord chat. We can meet somebody if they're close. But my Elmers have been all these YouTube guys. and gals that are producing videos. And I learned so much from that. It's like, I don't want to go to a meeting. If I want the older, wiser, I don't want to say older, but the more seasoned hams, I can go hit up Don N5SKT. If I want the younger aspect of it, I can go. They're out there, and they're all in this community that has been brought together. And I hate to say thank you to a virus, but I think that has driven the amateur radio community back closer together. And we've had to go virtual. We've had to do virtual testing. We've had to do all these things to help grow the community and think outside the box, that it's just made such an impact on the hobby as a whole.
Yeah. I'm actually working on something right now. So Noel in the chat, Noel Lee is his name in the chat. He's sharing links to Sterling's channel. He shared Mike's channel several times. He's one of the admins on my Discord and on this channel, so he's a really big help. He was the guy in the neck brace on the last happy hour. He is the call sign trustee for KN5TR. That's the club call sign that we've operated under at Field Day, Winter Field Day, for this year and last year, both. For about 2 years now, we've done 4, 5, 6 events under that call sign. So I had the idea. Now, this is very in its infancy. I don't know what this is going to look like yet. We've talked about it a little bit, but there's been no plans made. I want to create a virtual ham radio club. All of these ham radio clubs to date, you're talking about ham radio clubs, right? And one of I recorded a video about a year ago. It says, and the title of it is "Now What?" ? 7 things to do after getting your first ham radio license. And one of those is find a local club. So basically what you do is you Google the city that you live in or the county that you live in if you live out in the sticks, and say you live in Nashville. So Nashville Ham Radio Club. I live in Grapevine Ham Radio Club, Dallas Ham Radio Club, Florida or Orlando Ham Radio Club, something like that. So you just Google the city and ham radio club after that, and you go find a ham radio club and get involved with those guys. So many times on my channel, I've heard from people that say, I went to a local club. They didn't want to talk to me. I asked questions, and they're like, "Oh, DMR's not real ham radio. Fusion's not real ham radio. Arden or not Arden, but like All Star Echolink, that's not ham radio. You need to get your extra class license and learn CW, and then come back and talk to us." Or something. I wasn't a member of these conversations. This is the stories I've been told. So
it's a common story. It's not.
It is a common story. It is a common story.
Unfortunately, a lot of clubs are very cliquey.
That's correct. And so I want to start a virtual ham radio club out of our KN5TR call sign. And that club basically right now includes Noel, myself, Frank, W9DXM, who else? N5KKE, KG5GDM, and maybe 1 or 2 other guys. Bob is kind of like an honorary member. Bob, our finder Bob, we kind of tolerate him, but he's not really a member. Bob's a great dude. He's a
Bob's
good friend
awesome.
of mine. That's
You
why
can
I
say that because it's midnight over there. He ain't
right.
I thought I was voted in.
Doesn't Bob stay
Mike-
up till like
Mike
3 a.m.?
Yeah, Mike is pretty much an honorary member now because he's been out to more than one event. So we're talking about creating a virtual ham radio club that will do all of its monthly meetings over Zoom. Anybody from anywhere is welcome to join.
More than the one that we have now.
We have it. We don't know exactly what it's going to look like yet. This is very
Yeah.
much in its infancy. We need to have we had a meeting at Field Day. We talked about it a little bit. We're going to have another meeting upcoming. We are going to charge dues. And what we want to do, what I think would be a really good idea for dues is to have people put up repeaters around the country, really, or maybe even all over the world, and connect them all together via All-Star. So you've got this network of All-Star repeaters, hopefully not too many. When you get too many All-Star repeaters connected together, it can kind of lag. But if you get like 6 or 8 or 10 repeaters connected together throughout the country, it might be kind of a fun way to talk. Maybe a DMR talk group, that kind of thing. But again, these are just ideas in my head right now. I think
Just
I want
spitballing.
I want to create a ham radio club that is, and one of the things I want to do is license training, technician, general, and extra license training. I want to do that. I want to get on monthly calls or weekly calls and do license training.
I got a VEC for you.
And do and we might do testing as well.
Yeah. Steve loves doing testing.
Yeah, I know.
Testing.
I know Steve likes to do testing, but this is what I want to do. And again, very much just an idea in my head right now. I pitched it to Noel, who's the call sign trustee. He thought it was a good idea. We're not exactly sure if we're going to keep the same call sign or get something new right now. That's TBD right now. But I mean, just there's so many people out there that I've heard from on my channel that are just like, I don't have a good club near me, or maybe you live in the sticks somewhere. Maybe you live somewhere where I would like to live on a 20-acre piece of land, a 45-minute drive from the city. And you don't want to drive in to the local ham club that might be too far away from you. Hopefully you have internet, but I mean, for folks like that,
I got Starlink.
We want Starlink's great. We want to form a ham radio club that includes all people.
Yeah.
And includes new people, includes people who want to do DMR and Fusion and D-Star and All-Star and Echolink and all this kind of stuff. So we want to form that. But again, very much just an idea right now, nothing set in stone. Wasn't really planning on talking about that tonight, but you guys went there, and I'm like, this is a good idea.
Please.
This is what I've had. So,
McCallum, please.
So that's kind of what we did with Ham Radio Clubhouse.
Yeah, it's similar to that. But,
we have honorary members. People who go on the stream are honorary members. We don't charge any dues or anything like that, but we put the paperwork together, got the Whiskey 2 Hotel Romeo Charlie, which is welcome to the Ham Radio Clubhouse if you spell it out. Yes. But yeah, I mean, that was the genesis behind that was let's get together and make our own radio club.
Well, that's kind of what Ham Radio Adventures Group did, which they registered the call sign We4DX. But their shtick, their goal is to get out in the field and do contesting, field day events and whatnot, and that is a fantastic goal. In fact, I'm Matt A4MQ is going to come to Costa Rica with us in October.
Also a brewer.
Yes, trying to get N8YO, who's in the chat right now. I'm trying to get him a spot. I'm not sure if all the spots are filled up yet or not, but Mike, did I say Matt? Mike N8YO in the chat also wants to go to Costa Rica. So we might have those guys operate as We4DX, TI7 stroke We4DX. It would be kind of fun. But that's kind of what they did. But their shtick is not to get new people interested, is to get new and seasoned people out in the field doing ham radio, which is a excellent idea. So my idea is to get people more, just provide a club atmosphere, not on YouTube necessarily, not in the field necessarily, though we will do field day and winter field day and those types of activities. Yes, we will. But to provide a club atmosphere for those people around the country and around the world who don't have that option available to them in their local environment. That's really kind of my goal and my focus right now.
Well, sign me up when you're ready to start taking members. I'd love to be a part of that. Yeah. And Mike, we were talking earlier. I've never had an opportunity to Elmer anyone. I don't consider myself an Elmer because I'm still new anyway. But the fact that I got to sit down and walk that guy through that hit all the spots for me.
It did not show. You did that beautifully.
No.
You owned that station.
That's the first time I've ever done that.
Sat there, you were patient with them. Do this, do that. Simple.
You were amazing.
On the air, and they had an absolute blast. So
I hope to come back.
I think that I've mentioned on my channel more than once that I've done a lot of studying and research and spent a decent amount of money too on how to build a YouTube channel. I'm relating that to what you're saying, Shane, so bear with me for a second. So how to build a YouTube channel. And one guy was talking one time about, someone said, well, how are you qualified to teach people? And this is totally outside of ham radio. Let's say it's barbecue cooking or how to build an engine or whatever.
We have to drink right quick, by the way.
Yes, that's right. This is an awesome idea, W7 Papa Dave. Thank you for the nasty beer, Dave. Appreciate that.
We just got to figure out how to do it right. God. So it does.
So let me finish.
Yes.
To mentor and Elmer somebody. Okay, and this is what they told me, or this is what they didn't tell me, but I was listening to this YouTube podcast. And they're like, "Look, man, You don't have to be a scholar or professor or a doctorate to teach someone a subject. You just have to be one step ahead of them.
That's
so
true.
if you are a ham radio operator today and you have a technician license, you're one step ahead of the person who does not have a license at all. If you're a general, you're one step ahead of the technician. If you're an extra, you're one step ahead of both the general and the technician. Okay? So you don't have to. So to think that you're not qualified to be an Elmer you're selling yourself short, in my opinion. Everybody who's a ham radio operator is an Elmer in some sort, because let's face it, there's not a lot of ham radio operators in the world today. I mean, again, I made a whole video about the hobby is not dying. It's growing, okay? There's more people licensed in the world today than there ever have been in the history of the hobby, but there's more people in the world today than there was 100 years ago also.
Sure.
So it's not growing at an even rate with the world population, but it is growing. So I don't think the hobby's dying, and I don't think it's in habit of or in threat of dying. People that say, "Oh well," that N8YO a minute ago he made a joke. He said SSB is killing ham radio because he said something about a beer. He's like this. I forget what he said, and he's like this and this and this changed my mind. And I replied back to him, "CW is not a real operating mode. Changed my mind." And his reply back to me was SSB is killing ham radio. So we were just joking back and forth with one another. But the point is, nothing is killing ham radio. Nothing is killing ham radio. People not getting licensed and not getting their butts on the air is what's going to kill ham radio.
That kills ham radio. You're exactly correct.
People being jerks on a certain website that I won't name right now because I just interviewed that guy and he's a really cool guy.
I'm not going to cough it out either.
Yeah. People being jerks, ham radio operators being jerks to other hams or to potential hams, that is what will kill ham radio. And now, I don't think that's happening right now, but if it did happen, that's what would cause it.
To be honest, it's kind of happening a little bit when you go to a club and you get snobbed if you're a new person.
A little bit, but that's the point of
it. Let's be more open. Let's be more welcome.
Yeah, there are people who get discouraged with that. There are, but I'm just like, you are an Elmer if you know more than the guy sitting next to you.
Yeah.
And I have said on my channel 10,000 times, I've said on my channel, look, guys, I had to learn this stuff yesterday so I could teach it to you today. So I'm not an expert, but here's how you do this. And people come by and thank me. And some people say, well, you're wrong about this and this. I'm like, okay, well, why don't you start a channel then and teach people instead of just bitching on the internet? Why don't you start a channel or a blog or something like that and, teach people about ham radio? Because that's my whole focus is to teach people about ham radio.
So two comments that I want to highlight here. One of them was from Joe Brett that says, Jason 2.0, you are a huge asset to the hobby and to us as YouTubers. Many thanks. I can't do my finger correctly here, but Jason and Mike, I know it's hard to do. You guys are the ones that influenced me to, whenever I was starting to do YouTube stuff, that's where I went. Because you're the most relatable to what I was trying to accomplish. And then Adam, Casey ARK says, no teacher is perfect. Be honest and facilitate learning. And you can't. That's it. Learning is. I don't have to be an expert in the field, as you're saying. All I have to do is be one step ahead, and I can say, hey, this is what I learned whenever I was in your shoes learning this hobby, and this is how I learned it. And this is the way I do it. I do it one way. You may do it another, but find out what works best for you. There's no right or wrong way to do it. Don't break the rules. Don't be a jackwagon.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep.
No, it's easy.
My friend Noel in the chat, he says it's not about how much knowledge you collect; it's about sharing the knowledge you receive.
Absolutely,
it's a good way to say it.
That's was the purpose of my YouTube channel, was to share as a new ham. As like I said, I've been licensed since 2006 as a tech, but I didn't get my general until October of 2020. Yeah. So I'm learning all this stuff, brand new. So if I can show how I learned it to someone who's on YouTube, then to me, that's helping somebody. And I've gotten emails from people saying, hey, you do this. Why did you do this? Why did you choose that antenna? Why did you choose this pole? Stuff like that. I mean,
He's already trying to throw down a POTA challenge with me.
I can't wait.
Dude, I am
I
so
can't
looking
wait.
forward to
Awesome.
that.
That'll be a lot of
That's
fun.
going to be so much fun.
I'm
I'm
can't
gonna
wait
let
to
you
know.
guys. I'm gonna let you guys do your POTA challenge, and then I'm gonna go to Costa Rica and call CQDX for like 4 days in a row and just show you all up. So
I'm gonna take my KXT
No,
and go to Costa Rica.
that'll be actually quite
Totally
fun.
different
We're gonna go do
Say hi,
POTA
Steve.
in Costa Rica.
Look,
There are, when I looked this up last year, there were 13 POTA parks. Costa Rica was brand new to POTA last year. There were 13 POTA parks throughout the country. So Costa Rica is not a big country. 0 of them had been activated.
Yep,
So we're gonna go do POTA in Costa Rica.
that'll be fun.
Yes, it will.
Hopefully next
And,
year. Hopefully next
I mean,
year when
even
everything's
all
good to go.
expense
I would love
paid
to go.
So
trip
we're-
to Costa Rica. I'll be there.
We're gonna go.
Well,
so okay, so
I can hook you up with the airfare.
yeah, so yeah,
Nice.
so
Yeah,
we're
I'll use your
gonna
miles.
Southwest flies there actually.
They do
So,
both airports.
Yeah, but they only fly to Liberia on the weekends now, which kind of sucks. But the first 2 times I went there, I went on Southwest, and they were flying there 7 days a week. But so I'm going back with the same group I always go with the last weekend of October this year. I want to, and I've already talked to the guy who kind of spearheads this every year, Randy WA0D. He's a really big guru in AMSAT. If you're into AMSAT, you probably have heard the call sign Whiskey Alpha Zero Delta. And he's the guy who kind of spearheads this Costa Rica trip every year. And I told him a couple months ago, I was like, dude, next year in 2022, I want to do a Ham Radio 2.0 de-expedition trip to Costa Rica.
Yeah.
And take like 8 or 10 or 12 people, however many we can. I got to figure out the exact number.
Hey, Satan.
And take them all down to Costa Rica. Is that Satan? Is that his name?
Yes.
I knew a guy with a.
I mean,
with
I
a
wouldn't
course
just
it
randomly
is.
say that, but you know,
Well, I knew a guy with a black German Shepherd one time. His name's Satan.
the only reason I know is from TikTok. So
Yeah, you saw the video.
But I want to
Yeah, I
do.
did.
Squish bean challenge.
Tick what?
yeah, the squish
wanna
bean
do it.
challenge.
I want to do a Ham Radio 2.0 de-expedition to Costa Rica next year. So
That'd be fun.
You got to pay for your way to get down there. You got to pay for your stay down there, which the stay down there is not expensive. If we get enough people, we can split it amongst ourselves. Excuse me, but I'll buy some stuff kind of here and there. We're gonna record a crap ton of videos. We're gonna get people on the air. It's gonna be a fun trip. So yeah, that's upcoming. That's upcoming. So,
Mike, you'll have to look at the
Expect that
latest
to,
the latest TikTok I put up today
I have to go check that myself.
regarding the website who shall not be named.
I don't do TikTok.
I do.
Dale, I didn't
TikTok's
see your
fun.
text,
TikTok's fun, yeah.
But I did a squish bean challenge on TikTok. Satan was laying on the couch. I was like, oh, I've
Satan.
never posted on TikTok. I've only done one. And the squish bean challenge is to squish all of the cat's toe beans, all 20 of them, and see if you can actually do it. And he was actually chilling. Let me do it. Now he's
Why?
getting shin scratch.
The majority of my TikToks are my dog.
Yeah, those are hilarious.
Yeah. I take the shorts from YouTube and post them on
There it
TikTok.
is. Get the butt up.
So
Literally, the front half of him is laying on the desk.
And it's this time of the stream, Mike's cat throws his butt in the air.
oh my gosh. So
151 of you guys. Thank you guys for joining
Yep.
us tonight.
yeah, so much. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
So we're nearing midnight here. So been going for almost 2 hours.
Oh, time flies when you're having
Honest-
fun.
Yeah. On a serious note, thank you for joining us tonight. We will be doing this on Mike's channel next week, same time, Friday at 10 p.m. Central Time, which is 3 a.m. UTC Saturday morning. Let us know.
That
What-
after
I mean,
a
hey.
happy hour? Don't we have a happy hour?
No.
coming up?
Happy hour is not for 2 or 3 more weeks.
Okay.
Happy hour is the second Friday in August, which is the same weekend as the QSO Today Ham Expo. Mike and I were talking about that earlier. So we won't do anything that night. We're going to do happy hour on my channel that night. So the late shift, this has been awesome. Okay, the late
Yeah.
shift, there were 45 people chatting
Before it started.
before it ever started.
Yeah.
Okay, and it shot up over 100 almost immediately when we went live.
Whoa.
And we're
Don't even acknowledge it. It's gone.
okay. Get it, Frank. Thank you for that. Yeah. Just ban that guy from the channel.
I got it too.
Ban that guy from the channel. Yeah. Thank you, Adam. Anyway, yeah. Some people are just jackasses. But anyway, so we're gonna do this on maybe not every Friday, but for the next several Fridays. We're gonna do it next Friday and the following Friday. The Friday after that's the happy hour for the QSO today. The following weekend after that is Huntsville. And Mike and I are going to be at Huntsville together. So we might try to do something from Huntsville as a live stream at some point in time. We're going to have to figure out how the internet is there.
I was about to say, I'm trying to
yeah.
decide the same thing.
Yeah. So we'll be recording a crap ton of videos at Huntsville, but live streaming might be a challenge. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes.
I wonder if they have Wi-Fi there. Because some parks have Wi-Fi.
Do we really need to see ourselves on the internet drunk again with a live stream?
So I'm not planning to be drunk.
Me neither.
Yeah.
So
it happens with me when I have a bottle of whiskey here. It happens.
So Frank, let me tell you this story. Let me tell you this story. So not so long ago, I was in Mexico, and
he's gone.
And someone sent me a link, and I won't say who it was, Joe. And he said, "You know what? You should come on to the channel tonight and hang out with us."
Was that the same guy?
I don't know.
Or was it
just keep moving? Keep moving.
Different person. And so I of course thought that I was clicking the link to join just the text version of it, and of course that wasn't the case. I was I was joining the stream version of that.
We have gained some trolls tonight, fellas.
Yeah, no kidding.
So, yeah.
And so I was on vacation, and I had drank a little bit too much tequila, and I hit the wrong button. And of course, here I am thinking I'm not on video and making a fool of myself. So I've resigned to at the Huntsville to just drink a light ABV beer, and not drink tequila, not drink hard liquor.
Yeah.
You know, I'll go to the brewery if we go to the brewery, but as far as at the cabin, I'm going to keep things on the lighter side so that because there's going to be so many cameras at that park.
Yes.
Nope, not going to get caught with that.
Okay. All right. So hold on a second, guys.
Yeah, we got it.
I think someone's undoing what. Okay, K6RK got it. No one else touch it. No one else touch it. Okay. Adam was quick on the draw for the first guy. Yeah, just kick that guy.
So hot too. It's a shame she's so racist.
Yeah, I know it. Yeah, see that's.
I let Adam go. Adam.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm not going
to Banhammer Adam. Get it, Adam.
Maybe they've got like multiple accounts with the same name. I don't know how that works exactly.
Crash course. No, it's the same person.
Low life if you're
yeah, I know. It looks like the same person. So
it's a bot. It's got to be a bot.
It's got to be a bot. That's got to be a bot.
And they're probably exploiting something.
So
there has to be an exploit somewhere. It's not working.
Yeah. So okay.
If you have the power, Jason, go in there and just ban them. I don't think a mod can do that. Go in your channel settings.
Yeah, I don't have power to do that.
No, I mean I don't have. No, you guys have the same power I do for that.
Go to your channel settings.
I could do that. Okay, you guys go ahead and talk. Let me work.
Way to bring down the stream.
I know it. Yeah.
Yeah, no kidding.
The person's probably not even really a racist. They're just a troll that wants to stir up trouble.
Right.
So,
oh well. If you ignore them, they'll go away.
That's probably
so. Everybody in the chat, just ignore that individual.
They're probably a Balefang fan.
A Balefang without an Agoya antenna.
Man, you know
what? Radios earlier. Don't make me go grab my Balefang.
That's right. Yeah.
Bring things to this hobby. Lower that entry barrier. Get people on the radio. And it helps just get people on the air for the first time. So we can knock the Balefings being the cheaper part of the radio, but they are a good welcoming part of the radio. If you're just trying to dip your toe in there. So I'm gonna back
I started with that
Balefang up here. So I have like 4 of them still around somewhere.
Yeah.
That's what I did. I started out with a UV. What's the one that's the tri-band?
There's a tri-band?
Yeah, there's a tri-band.
There's several that are tri-bands.
This was
9S.
No, this one was the B-Tech tri-band.
The 5x3.
Yeah. So I started with
That's
that
a great
one.
radio. That's a great radio.
And I was talking to. There's a 220 repeater that's not far from me from the Lake area amateur radio club, Lark.
Yes.
So that their repeater was close enough that I had several QSOs whenever I was just getting back into the hobby. I mean, that was perfect. And then when I started doing satellites, that's the radio that I use for doing the satellite stuff too. Just hooked it up to the Arrow antenna, which I think now if I go back to do satellites again, I think I'm going to do the elk antenna. I've seen enough people that are like, oh, you don't have to do this with it the entire time.
That is a good point. I love my Arrow antenna, but you're completely right. If you find that polarization for the receive, but now that means you're 90 degrees offset of the polarization to transmit. So assuming also that their antennas are aligned perfectly at the earth, that would be an issue.
Again, Mike's correct. The UV5X3. That's it.
Yeah, the 5x3, the 5x3 is a fantastic radio. You know, for a B-Tech is an upgrade from Bofang, and for a less expensive radio, it's a great radio. It really is.
Yeah. I didn't want to buy the Baofeng as it is. So I went through B-Tech because I heard B-Tech actually kind of did some things to the radio, and I love their manual because the manual comes with it's like this thick. It's really well written. And it was perfect for what I was trying to do.
Yeah,
they're great.
Yeah, no, it's good.
Yeah, absolutely. And I didn't think they'd even do mobile stuff now too.
Yeah, B-Tech, they have some mobile stuff. Yeah, sure do.
Y7 Papa Dave is saying thank you. I don't know what you're thanking me, but thank you for thanking me. You're welcome. I love you.
Yeah.
What's that song? I want you to want.
There you go.
Oh. Yeah, right.
Keith in the chat says, "What are you making for Huntsville? What's Frank's menu?" I don't know yet.
That's a really good question.
What do you think, Frank?
I
hope the beans come back.
There's not going to be a smoker, and so I really don't think that there's going to be ribs. If Matt comes, there might be a pork butt.
VBR's channel. He's got he does a lot of parks on the air activations. He camps with his wife, and what's it called? The Dutch oven or something. They just like put a bunch of coals on top and make like biscuits and gravy and like the most delicious portable meals I've ever seen.
I got a Dutch oven. I can make a Dutch oven. It only takes a blanket.
See what they do.
Right. Mike, your audio is a little low, by the way.
Yeah, your audio dropped down again, Mike.
But beans, I could do beans easily.
I gotta read this. Hold on, Frank.
Yes.
Josh says he polished off the last of his rye, listening to this and banning people. Good stream all. Awesome.
I call that a win right there.
Yeah, that's a win right there. Yeah.
I can make beans pretty easily. I'm going to bring my cooking stove, or I'm sorry, bug out bag, and we'll get that going.
Go kit.
The Go Kit. There you go.
I didn't change my mic. I might have moved it farther.
Nope, it's good now.
Yeah.
Just check the settings.
So we'll check with Matt about that electric smoker he's
Mike
got.
Mike says Matt is coming to Huntsville. Don't know if he's coming. A smoker though.
Matt's has the bunk in my trailer, or he has the table that folds down into a bed.
Mm-hmm.
So in my trailer is going to be my K8MRD, Frank.
What's my call?
And Matt. K8MRD.
Where is my whiskey?
Yeah, that's 2 hours of this, guys. Come on.
I'm so full I can't really do more beer.
So Mike, Frank, and Matt are going to be in my trailer. Adam will be there the first night, and I think he and Josh are sharing the room after that. So there's a spare bed in my trailer. Well, maybe a spare bed in my trailer.
Yeah.
But I think that might actually be spoken for. Anyway,
somebody's getting the sleeping bag on the floor.
Yeah.
I got a cot we could throw in
as long
there.
as you don't block the door to the bathroom.
Yeah, that has no lock on that door. So
block it.
No, but I'm
And
saying
then we
don't
need to
lay
open the
block it.
door.
No.
Yeah.
So have you guys seen the way that couch folds out into like a fold out couch bed in my
I've
trailer
seen
with
it.
the Arab mattress?
Yes.
So there's a thing called a jackknife bed. Do you know what that is? Okay, so I had to look this up. So in later model trailers, then my trailer's a 2012, so it's not old, but it's not brand new either. In later model trailers, the couch that sits here like this folds down into a double bed. The back of the couch goes horizontal, and it's just like a double, or it's like a little bit bigger than a single bed, really. Instead of it being like a fold out couch that folds out into like a big queen size bed with an Arab mattress. Arab mattresses suck. They're terrible.
Especially when you got rats around.
Yes. So I'm going to take out the fold out bed and put in a jackknife bed so that there's another single bed there for a fifth person. And hopefully I'll have that done before Huntsville. I hope. And if so, then I'll have an extra bed. But it might be spoken for already, so we'll see. But anyway, so Mike, Frank, and AE4MQ Matt you guys have secured places in the trailer already. So it'll be
What side of the
good.
park are you going to be in?
We're going to be in the RV section, and my site number is 46. So I don't know exactly where that is. I meant to
I have
drive
to look
through
that
there.
up.
Couldn't
Yeah.
get 73, huh?
Because we're
42.
73.
myself and N8YO are in one of the cabins next
Well,
to
and-
TO.
And T.O.'s in a cabin, and
So
several
TO
other
is
guys are
TO's
in
next to
cabins.
us.
Yeah.
And then on the other side
So-
of us is Steve and Beer Snack.
The only other person I know of
Be a
who's
dangerous place.
who's going to stay there but not in a cabin, KM4ACK will be there in an RV spot.
Oh, nice.
He's
Yeah.
got a motorhome. I think it's a motorhome.
YVY
but
is going to
No,
be there
he's got
also.
he's got a trailer like you do. He just got it.
Okay, maybe
I
it's
don't
a
think it's
trailer
as
then.
big, but yeah.
Anyway, he's
nice.
he's got an RV / motorhome, whatever it is. So he'll be, but everyone else I know will be there in a cabin. There might be one or two people that are in RV trailers I don't know about, but I don't know. I don't know what but anyway, it's it's gonna be a badass event, whatever it is.
Yeah, I can't wait. That's
So,
going to be a lot of
yeah,
fun.
It's gonna be a lot of fun. It's gonna be a lot of fun. So, all right, guys, we've been going for 2 hours. This was an
Oh,
awesome
wow.
stream. Thank you to everybody who joined us tonight. Seriously, this
Absolutely.
was really fun.
This is a lot of fun. There's still 100. Yeah. 100. Well, 143
Yeah.
now.
Go to
We
like
are-
3
No.
a.m.
I'm
We are
out.
totally no. I'm supposed to go film a balloon launch tomorrow. So,
Ooh, nice.
we are awesome. We are totally going to do this next week. We're going to do it on Mike's channel. So if you don't subscribe to KMRD Radio stuff right now, go do it.
Do
You're
it.
not a real
Um,
ham unless you.
If you are not
Exactly.
if you are not a member of my email list, go to hamradio2.com/email-sign up. That link is at the top of my website as well, hamradio2.com. And I sent out an email about today's stream. I sent an email about my live stream on Wednesday. I'll be sending one about my Sunday live stream. K6ARK is going to come on to the Sunday live stream and talk to us about ballons and onions. Whatever the heck an onion is, I don't even know.
He's the antenna guru.
He's the antenna guru. And the last couple times I've had him on the channel, it's been a fantastic episode. So
You know, his
Really?
his- another good point was his during the YouTubers Hamfest, his presentation with the guy from VoaCap,
yes,
top notch.
very good.
Go
Very
check
good.
that out if
Yeah.
you haven't.
Yeah. Several people did excellent jobs on the YouTubers Hamfest this year.
Yeah.
So we were happy with that. So yeah, so be watching for that. Definitely, Mike, I'm gonna have to show you how to create a live stream and schedule it for the future date.
I
if
know
you
how
don't-
to schedule.
You can do it in
I
StreamYard.
know
Okay,
how to do all
okay.
that.
Okay,
It's just the actual live stream.
we'll work it out.
StreamYard's
no,
easy,
yeah.
buddy.
We're gonna
Mhm.
be teaming up on this effort for the next few weeks. So
We'll figure it out.
please go
Kyle
subscribe.
Zerangwil.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
That's a
This was
$20 super
great-
chat.
this-
Oh, I'm out.
So I would have never thought that a late night stream, which is when I'm awake anyway, would have been so good. But
Good.
thank you very much for
It gets
for being
better
here
as you
today.
start
Absolutely.
slurring your speech.
It does. This doesn't have anything to do with that.
No,
Nothing.
not at all.
I posted everyone's channel in the chat, so
Oh my
Thank
God!
you-
Let me
thank
just
you for
say that
everyone.
after this is at room temperature, it's even more better.
More better. Yeah.
Ah.
Wow. Whoo. Okay. Hey, fellas. Shane and Frank and Mike, thanks for being on the stream tonight. Again,
My pleasure.
Yes.
It's our pleasure.
be sure that you subscribe to KMRD. We will be doing this on his channel next week. And I hope to
KMRD
see
radio stuff.
as many
Most
people
clever
join
naming
his
YouTube.
live stream as what we're on tonight. So thank you once again.
Yes.
Thanks
Thank
everyone
you.
for being here.
Thank you.
And catch us Sunday night for the K6RK antenna special.
That will be good.
But
Yes.
yeah,
I love listening to Adam talk about antennas.
that's because you're an
It's
antenna nerd.
Dude,
Guilty as
like
charged.
radios
Which
are
is-
cool, but
Yeah.
antennas are the workhorse. Okay, so if you don't have
Yes.
a good antenna,
the more,
can
the
have
more,
a-
the more Mike drinks, the more walking comes out.
You can you can have a junk radio and an awesome antenna and make
Yeah.
contacts all over the world.
you're getting
Exactly.
paid
So-
to dump that beer now.
Paid to
By dump,
I
he
would be
means
happy to
it
dump that
down
beer
your
for
belly.
$5. Yeah.
Dump it down your belly. I don't have any more beer, otherwise I'd help you.
Yeah, I'm empty.
But it's over there.
All right, guys.
Should
Everyone,
we
wave
take
goodbye.
the drunk stream to
73.
7-3.
Bye, everybody.
Stick out on Zoom for a second, guys.
Yep.
Thank you very much for being here. Everyone, have a good night.
Have a good night.